fucking
Sure, mine was
fucking
like
Brad.
garbage. My 10-year-old laptop.
See, if you ever play a champion fighter, you just gotta bring back Brad, bro.
Brad, the
Yes,
football player.
the football player.
I have my favorite cleats on, and
Your favorite cleats.
Just, I don't understand champion fighters. I don't know why they are. I mean, I understand the point of it. It's just the most fucking basic ass thing you could play for people that just don't want to do numbers, but just bad.
I think Brad would have to be an improvised fighter, not a monk. Like tackling and punching, but not with strength, like using anything around.
You could
Maybe
still
a
be a champion.
grappler.
You could be a champion with a grappler.
I get you.
It's like this Brad didn't fail at state and actually made it to the NFL and did really well.
I think football shoulder pads are like half plate, right?
Breastplate.
Yeah, sure. I guess champion fighters would be decent with these crit rules.
Well,
Just our crit rules of max damage on the first rolls. It would make champion fighter at least halfway decent.
oh yeah, oh god.
It's still only like increasing their average damage by, I don't know, 3 instead of 1.
So you guys were like, were giving that one sword some shit from that little book that I kickstarted. So I fucking asked the creator
The
about
penis
it.
sword?
Yeah, the fucking
Oh yeah,
veiny.
the throbbing
The
baby penis sword.
Yeah.
Coming from all the old ones.
Yes, the one forged in the
Did
stars.
+1 damage.
It does not do 1 damage. So I found out that the thing I was reading, it hadn't been fully edited yet, so there was actually an error. It isn't with that sword, after you do all your spells and bonuses, etc., you don't roll any dice. You roll max damage.
That's neat. It's automatic.
So it's all, like, so if you smite into it, all of it, it's all maxed and then halved.
So it's like, it's like an auto crit halved sword.
So it's an auto. So you will never, since you don't roll, you'll never get above or under average damage for your sword, technically.
Okay, so that doesn't suck then, because you're always at average damage.
You're gonna hit the average damage to their HP and then the average damage to their HP max, which is not affected by any resistances or immunities.
Oh, so if they have resistance, the HP max won't catch.
Because the sword was meant to kill like angels and gods. So then if you're smiting as a paladin, they're going to have immunity or resistances to radiant. So then that's not going to go through, except now it will. It'll hit their HP maximum. And then he was saying, like, anytime if their HP maximum goes below what their current HP is, then it gets adjusted down.
Yeah, so you might be doing 15 damage to them and 30 to their max HP. The party would still probably outdamage it, but it makes more sense that way.
Yeah, make a little bit more sense. It's basically it only makes sense to things that are like immune to your damage, though.
But that also makes sense. That has to do with, like, you don't want a weapon that just is great against everything. You know, this is a specialized thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was made to kill these things.
Like the Dwarven Thrower or whatever is good against giants, I think.
Yeah, you get a bunch of extra damage against giants.
I sort of think it's overly complicated than just saying it does more damage to gods or some shit.
Well, yeah, it's overly complicated in the sense compared to other weapons, but if it was a MacGuffin quest weapon with a story behind it, it makes sense for it to be.
Yeah, and a lot of those gods also have regeneration, which that sword also then stops.
Yeah.
Can't regen if your HP maximum keeps going down.
Yeah.
Still do not like the concept of it.
Well, you don't like that in general, though, so that's biased.
I don't
I
know.
thought-
Just the fact of, like,
It's a trinket.
it's supposed to kill the essence of things, but it doesn't really do that unless these very specific set of circumstances are occurring.
Well, it does
Which,
kill
like,
the essence of
When are
things.
you ever fighting something by yourself?
Well, there's nothing else in the game that damages something's HP maximum.
Not for PCs, anyway.
Like, you could make a weapon that does that, though, and it could be interesting, not something that
Yeah,
does
but then-
that, but in a way that doesn't make any sense.
It's like, oh hey, it just does 30 damage to them and then 30 damage to their HP max.
And if you think about it, this is a homebrewed weapon anyway. You could write any kind of story you want. God's involved at all.
Yeah.
Say it's a vampire slayer and it does it to vampires. Max damage ignores its protection from whatever they have protection from.
Yeah, then you could hit them with necrotic damage if you wanted to.
Their quest was probably to take down the great old ones.
But knowing that it works that way, I like it a lot more. So
Yeah, that makes more sense to me.
it's like,
It doesn't
oh
seem
shit!
like a,
if I give that to Alan with his fucking Sorkin and Nova nonsense, and he fucking Novas into it on a crit, it's gonna do like.
Well, yeah, because
fuck
before
ton
that
of damage.
addendum, like the add-on didn't do anything.
Yeah, because he could roll.
Not-
He could roll shit for his dice.
Yeah.
Like, because that's the whole point of of maxing out the crits in this, is like, you know, you don't roll fucking 2 1s on your crit dice, and it's like, oh, well then, fuck that.
It was literally a sword that you stabbed dead things with. That was the point of that sword. Which
Yeah.
anything could have been that.
Dice them up.
It's like we've actually got everybody except
True polymorph. Lower their max HP into negatives.
They just die.
So Marcus, I guess we're missing Damien, huh? 'Cause he's actually gonna be here today. Oh, there he is.
He's just muted and mud.
He's here.
Yeah.
He's just, dead to the world.
Yeah, Mr. Marcus or Michael is gonna be late. He said an hour or two, but we're gonna be going over other random crap and whatever. We'll go over our shit and see when he shows up. For the session 0 here, basically I just want to, one, go over the rules, because we've started this, but not everybody was present, just to make sure nobody has problems with it and stuff, and, you know, if you argue with me, I will come with my counter argument, and then we'll find a thing. So, let's see. And then after that, we can go over personal character stuff of, like, backgrounds and relationships between characters and stuff like that, and go over the location and relationships with NPCs and shit like that. To try to establish a starting point for the actual campaign. And if we get through that, maybe we can have like an hour play or something.
We're gonna kill you, Carrick. You're gonna die.
Marcus dies. He drank bad booze.
Yep, Marcus exploded.
The first thing is I'm just gonna go over the house rule stuff that was already in the thread. I don't know if everybody's looked at it yet, but just go through them, see if anybody has a problem with anything. Number 1, you take a potion, it's a bonus action. If you force a potion down somebody's throat, it's a full action. 15-minute short rest. I like my short rest. Basically, it's thought that you're bandaging up your wounds and catching your breath and shit.
Big fan of that as well.
Yep, I like it.
Let's see. Bonus action spells cannot be cast at level 6 or higher. If you cast another spell in the same turn that is not a cantrip. I might have to nerf this further. We'll see how Ryan deals with his sorcererness, because it's basically going to be put into place to make it so he doesn't go crazy. But if it's not a problem, then it should be fine. You can get full multi-attacks on held actions, so if you prepare an attack, you can get your full multi-attack if you have multi-attack. I do this mostly because usually people homebrew the casting a spell as a held action anyways to make it stronger, and I feel like people with multi-attack get sort of shit on in that respect, if you hold your full action to get attack. I don't think it's fair, so I want everybody to have their cake and eat too. And in that regards, holding an action in the same vein does not take concentration, and you do not lose the spell slot if you decide not to cast it, where usually it would require concentration and you would lose the spell even if you did not cast it. So
That's really
that's
good.
the buff. That's the buff to the spell casting side of that. You can identify spell or items on a short rest as you attune to them. You can just choose to not attune to them though. You don't need to attune to discover the properties of an item. This might not go towards cursed items.
Do you get the cast identified during the short rest, or can you just take the short rest?
Like, during the short rest, you can basically go through the process of attuning to an item, but instead of attuning, you can figure out what the item does. Pretty sure that's actually raw, but nobody ever follows that, so
Yeah, that's raw.
I'm just
If you
stating
take a
that.
short rest, you can identify a magic item and its properties.
Yeah, didn't know that.
I didn't know this because I don't have that much experience, but can you attune without actually identifying?
Sure.
Just like pick it up.
Yeah,
Alright,
I
this
think-
is mine.
In most cases, though, right when you attune to an item, you will learn what it does as you attune to it. So, but that might be a bad idea. Of like, yes, I will attune to this magical sword. I won't even see what the fuck it does, and then you realize it's a magic sword of noodles, and all it does is turn into noodles.
Oh
I
yeah,
have free
open up a
noodles.
ramen shop.
Encumbrance, not really tracking it unless there are extreme situations. I don't care unless you're trying to, carry a house. If I do look at your character sheet and you're carrying like 400 pounds, I'll be like, yeah, you need to drop some shit, man. But if it says encumbered on your sheet and you're only carrying like 100 pounds, I don't care. No flanking. I will be a little bit more liberal on giving advantage for situations, so don't think you have to have magical means to get. You set up situations where you can get advantage. You possibly could.
So like,
I think this is actually also raw. That another thing that people never follow.
what about like we're all beating up on one guy?
Yeah, like if you're surrounding a dude and you're beating the shit out of him, then yeah, you'll probably be attacking with advantage.
Okay.
If if somebody believes that you're their friend and you're in combat and you turn to stab them, even though you're not hidden, they're not surprised or anything, but they still have no idea that you would have been a foe, then you'd probably have advantage on that. Things like that. Things that would make sense of getting advantage. But I'm not going to do flanking because I don't want to deal with that every single combat.
Gotcha.
Experience are given on actions taken and stuff killed. So basically, think of it as like it's terrible referring to video game stuff for D&D, I know it's a sin, but think of like an MMO or an RPG or something where you go out, you kill stuff, you get experience, but also when you come back and turn in that quest, you also get experience. So you get experience for killing shit, you get experience for doing stuff. So try to accomplish things, and you will be rewarded with learning stuff.
Yay.
Big one, the crit damage is when you crit something, we are maxing out the original dice you roll. So, like on a great sword, if you crit, you would do a full 8 damage because it's a D8 sword plus the D8, and you roll.
It would be 12 damage, right? 2d6.
I think
Be
Was it
D8
12?
plus.
it's a great
Oh,
sword.
yeah.
I meant long sword, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Whatever the damage dice is, you get the max of that on the original roll, and then you add just roll the extra dice. Making all the crits more dangerous. I'm doing that only for players because I want you guys to be heroic and I don't want you to get one shot by monsters.
Yeah.
No crit fumbles. If you choose to roll health on level ups, you can get +1 to your results. Pretty sure everybody's already followed that if they rolled for their health. Just do that to level out the average and incentivize people to want to gamble a little bit. But you do not get rerolls. The entire point of that rule is that you cannot say, "Oh, I rolled bad. Can I just take the average?" Nope. You gambled. Big old list of guns you can look at. Starting at pretty shitty, up to comparable to bows and things, up to maybe a little bit better than bows and things. Do need to be aware that sound is a thing, so a rifle will be louder than a bow. There are business rules. If you want to run a business, this counts for actually owning and running your own business. This does not mean being employed. But there are rules in there based on tier, where you guys are in the world. Don't expect your tier to be super high because there's just not a ton of people around, and you're not going to have like 50 employees in a town that only has 500 people. Crafting mundane and magical items. Basically, you can read the rules yourself. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. The gist of it is, depending on your skill, will reduce the cost and time it takes to craft things. The materials you need to craft stuff, if you use magical materials, it will also decrease the price because it's basically seeing it as you're already using something valuable. You are just enhancing that thing a little bit to make it do the thing you want it to do. And yeah, you cannot make solid objects out of creating magical items, so if you want to make a magical sword, you need to find a sword first to make magical. Basically, magical items are more enchanting and less crafting the item by itself.
Oh, so like you could craft a mundane sword and then enchant it to make it magical.
Yes, you can either you have to craft the sword or you have to go find a sword to then enchant. But creating magical items does not make them just magically poof out of thin air. You need the thing that is going to be enchanted first.
So you need like the physical shell first before you can activate the magic.
Yeah. Like if you want some boots of Elvenkind, go find you some boots. If you find some very nicely made boots of, elven people, that would probably reduce the cost and time it would take to enchant the things, because they're already close to what you're trying to make to begin with. Stuff like that. If you find something, if you find inherently magical things like, I don't know,
A water elemental?
gems or some shit, yeah. If you get a water elemental, trap it, and try to make its essence into a magical item, then it will be easier to make that magical item. But also, not just every magical thing can turn into anything. Like, by example, you cannot turn a fire elemental soul into a decanter of endless water. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
But I can turn it into a decanter of endless fire.
Possibly.
Fire only does 1d6 if you're on fire. It's not a big deal.
Might be able to make a flamethrower, who knows?
What if I take a bunch of Hellraiser peppers and
see what
stick
happens.
it?
Wrong world.
Alrighty. I think that's it for my stuff. For just the home rules we already have in place.
Can I bring up one thing here?
Sure.
Going back to the crit rule. With my cannon, for example, I got 2d6 plus 4 and additional thunder damage. So am I to believe I get pretty much all of that on a crit? So it's like 20 damage plus the roll?
Yep.
Is there a way for me to put that into the actual,
If
is
you
there something I
look
can do?
next to type, it says damage below that type next to crit. Just type in the raw number.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, just type in the max. It does not work with upcasting things, which we've learned. So if you want to upcast spells, you just have to do the math yourself. But it shouldn't be a problem all that often. Yeah, if you shoot a fireball, fireball's a bad example because I can't crit.
Scorching rays.
Yeah, if you shoot like a disintegrate or something and it does, 10d8 damage, it will do that 80 damage plus 10d8 damage.
Oh shit.
Making
Wait, I
up
think
numbers, I don't know how much
disintegrate's
is.
a dex save, isn't it?
Well, I'm bad at picking spells, but you get the idea. Things that can crit.
So like firebolt and eldritch blast.
Yeah, firebolt, if you're like level, 16 or something, it's already leveled up twice. It'll do 30 damage plus 3d10 damage. Instead of just 3d10 damage plus 3d10 damage. Just trying to make crits feel more like crits for the player and not critting and going, oh yeah, hell yeah, and then rolling 2 1s and being like, oh, I did less than I would have if I didn't crit.
It's funny because Eldritch Blast is a bad example too because you roll separately for all of them.
Yeah.
Pew.
What about, does the same apply to, like, Cure Wounds? Cure Wounds can't crit, can it?
No.
Heals don't crit.
No.
Just stuff with attack rolls.
Okay.
Things that if you roll a d20 and get a 20, it turns green. I'm not gonna do saving throw critical fails just because most of them just don't make any fucking sense. Like, how do you critically fail a whole person and shit like that? So I'm just not gonna bother with it.
Is it the same with death saves? Or is that nat one still 2 fails?
No, death saves are the same. That's
Okay.
all different. So yeah, if you roll a 1, it's 2 fails. If you roll a 20, you get back up with 1 health. Then the other general shit. Let's see. Leveling up, won't do it during session, do it during off time. but we do that shit anyways, so not a big difference. We can do our taboos, go through a list if anybody has any trigger warnings. Alcohol, narcotics, cell phones and digital devices, player attention, disruptive topics.
Dragons. Dragonborn.
Let's see if any of these make sense. Just random lists of session 0 question stuff. Unannounced dice rolls. Try not to just roll dice and say you're going to do something, because sometimes you'll say, I want to make a perception check, and just say, there's no need. Something like that. But I don't think we do that anyways. I don't think we've ever done anything like that, so nothing to worry about. Trying to do PvP stuff, I will try to shut down on people being dicks, so, if it's in character stuff that, if you want to attack somebody to make sure they're not enchanted, or, you think maybe they're somebody else and you don't trust them or something, okay, but if it's that guy has a magic item I want, I'm gonna sneak in his room and take it. I'm like, no, don't fucking do that.
No, you're not. You don't get to roll. Just don't be a dick.
Is Sarah not allowed to punch people? Is that okay? I mean, can we ban that?
If you're pissed, you can punch people. Yeah.
Don't worry, it doesn't hurt.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's gonna,
you're right.
they make their attack roll, and they're gonna do their 1d1 plus 2 damage. So.
Well, I'm a monk,
It's fine.
so I can punch people pretty hard.
Shield.
Let's see. Do.
You would be Team Valor, John.
What? I am, yeah. They're the good ones.
Uh-huh.
Don't tell me you're freaking, what's the other one? Can't
Lower.
remember what... No.
Game
I'm
balance
below Valor Power.
wise, I try to keep most encounters pretty balanced and manageable for you guys. If a battle is going to be more dangerous than you think, you will most likely have good enough warning beforehand. So, I'm not going to say that a dragon won't show up and it's actually a kitty cat polymorphed into a dragon. It might actually be a dragon, but you should be aware if this thing is a crazy badass, and if you are unaware, you could ask the universe. Because sometimes I am perceiving things differently than you guys are perceiving things.
You know the monster manual way better than I do.
Not even that, just if a squad of armed men show up at your doorstep and you think, I've killed people before, I can handle these guys, I'd be like, you notice that they're wearing pretty fancy-ass armor, very sharp swords. Each one of these men is probably worth 3,000 gold apiece. And you don't think they're your average person. Things like that. Things that, in my mind, I realize things that the player may not.
Oh my god, John.
Try to make you not rush into your deaths.
Okay, so
Along that vein, do you have resurrection rules?
I'm gonna stick with the usual ones for now.
Like the raw ones?
Yeah, just the raw.
Just cast resurrection
It
spells.
should be fine. I like the idea of different resurrection rules. I like the role-playing aspect of resurrecting somebody, but whatever.
We don't have anybody who can cast it anyway, so we
Yeah.
figure something
That's true.
out.
Please put a holy man in one of these towns.
There are no holy men anywhere.
Oh my god. That doesn't even make sense. The Troskans they're sending holy people here.
And then Marcus's little club over there is killing them as they get across the mountains.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Fucking Marcus!
That's 47 holy men we've killed this week. Good job.
I guess that does come actually to another good point of power level of the world. Resurrection is going to be rare, not because it doesn't exist, mostly because people that can cast, true resurrection will basically not exist. You will need to go to a place that is known for their holy people to find somebody of true power. Your average human being, unless they're carrying a sword by their side, they're going to be a fucking commoner with 4 health. So
Yeah.
they will die if attacked.
Acolyte
You stab somebody
Steve.
with a dagger, they might bleed out.
Time to get that blow gun.
Acolyte Steve at our local church can't do it.
Yeah. So, I'm basically going by the sort of tiers of play in the Dungeon Master Guide for stuff like this. If you get to level 5, people around the area will probably know you. Like, maybe from the town will know you by then. Maybe not everybody, but, they will have heard what you've done. If you get to, like, level 10 or 11, people in the whole area will probably know, maybe not your name personally, but, they have heard of what you've done. They hear of that band of people that have, routed the army of the orcs that were coming our way, stuff like that. And that, you can use that as a good basis for NPCs as well. If you have, I will say, you've probably heard of this NPC from back home, or he has a reputation in this town, that will give you a general idea of what he is. A person that's level 15 will have a reputation.
Makes sense.
Let's see. That's about it for this random crap. I do want to talk about player absences. Try to stick my games together where there's a good end and stopping point for a lot of things, where players can sort of come and go and it won't hurt anything too bad. But, every once in a while we're in the middle of the dungeon and it's the nighttime, we have to leave. I don't have a good system for this, and I sort of wanted to ask you guys how you wanted us to handle this. Do you want me to puppet the person? Do you want one of you guys to puppet the person? Do you want them to just be sick? What do you want to do? Or them just left and, they were in the middle of the dungeon, this guy fucking couldn't handle it anymore. He needed to go home. They'll meet you back in town or something like that. How do you want to handle that?
I prefer it just as, don't say anything, they're just not there. No token, no nothing. They never were there.
Like, we're aware of him being there, but he's just dead. Like,
oh yeah, like,
what's wrong with us? He's not getting up. Like, we gotta drag him everywhere.
Oh yeah, he was with us, but he doesn't talk, he doesn't move, act, he's just, we know he's there. Like, if he's holding the bag of holding, we could have gone and got something out of the sack, but
Okay, gotcha.
he's not hitting monsters.
But you don't have to worry about, like, trying to drag his unconscious body around.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
The only thing
Okay.
that I would say...
We will just have them sort of hand-wavy fade in and out of existence if people just can't make it. That's perfectly fine by me.
If they fade out of existence, though, that means they can't die, right?
I mean, like, people won't attack them. They're not going to have a token on the board. Stuff like that.
Cool.
So you will be down a man if somebody doesn't show up. Nobody will be piloting them. If the whole group wipes, then they'll most likely be dead, unless they really don't want to be for whatever reason. But if everybody dies,
Everybody's rerolling anyway, so.
yeah, it'd be a sort of a more drastic situation than just if one person is there or not.
Yeah, the issue won't be whether or not they want to play a sorcerer again.
Yeah. Okay, good to know. That is how we will handle that. Let's see, what else is there?
We're not gonna walk into the cave that's labeled Goblin Cave and just, like, find a lich, right?
No.
Surprise lich!
There will certainly be, I like some surprises and things, but again, the world should make sense. I try to make dungeons and things that actually make sense for what they're doing, so yeah.
Cool.
If a dragon is in a cave, you will probably have heard that there was a dragon about. You will probably realize that the people here are worshipping a dragon. You might get the dragon's name. You might even see the dragon flying about and stuff. You will not just walk into a room and, oh my god, there's a dragon.
Holy shit.
Holy ravioli. Do you have metallic dragons? Do they
Yes,
follow the
the,
traditional like alignment rules? Like the togs are generally good.
Yeah, they basically follow that. Most of the metallic dragons are sort of spread throughout the world. They do not have a central place, so
Cool.
they are sort of the hidden and mysterious creatures of the world that people don't know if they really exist or not. If they do, they are very seldomly found. The dragons that are known are the chromatic dragons of... Most people think of the chromatic dragons living mostly in the Great Scale Mountains in the south, and they are dicks.
Do the elves not fuck with the metallic dragons either? There's like, fuck all scaled creatures, get out of here.
Hard to say.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think any of you are full-blooded elves,
No.
but the general idea is the elves hate dragons. So, you know, who knows?
Who knows?
Do they have a problem with gnomes? Or I think it's halflings as a result, the halflings?
Not really. The elves the elves see a lot of the other races of the world of sort of with a pretty decent amount of disdain. The halflings that were created by the dragons, they just see them as another part of the dragon's toys. So it's not like they hate the halflings. It's mostly just like,
Poor bastard.
you stink of dragon.
But it's not shoot on sight kind of thing.
Yeah. No. I mean, if they're in the Elven lands, it's basically shoot anybody on sight. So not if you're a halfling or not, but you know. I will say, NPCs in the world, this is hypocritical of me, I know, but can work on different rules than player characters and NPCs. Players and NPCs work basically the same. NPCs usually will not have super special abilities that a player character could not, but when it comes to NPCs and items and places and legends and things like that, sort of anything goes. So I try to avoid bullshit. But, you know, there's only so much things you can do with the D&D rule set, so if I want a location that acts differently, then it might happen. Even if there's no real spell that does that your characters will be aware of. But again, I will try to avoid just random bullshit of like, yep, you were teleported randomly underground into a metal box. Because I said so.
Also silenced.
Yeah, you're silenced. Can't see.
So they just casted the void card on you, just gone. Roll the character, scrub.
So, and in that vein, just because you don't have a spell to do something, and just because you think NPCs might not have a spell to do something, there may still be a way to do it.
So what you're telling me
Makes
is,
sense.
I can just draw wards on the ground.
Yeah, if you want to make a plant protection fire ward thing, there might be a way of doing it. It's not going to be simple, because you are going to have to find out a way to do it yourself. And I try to balance these things, you know, compared to what already exists. So, you know, if you're trying to create a different type of ward, you might need a special ingredient that is also worth at least 200 gold, just as the diamond powder would be worth. Things like that. Just because you create something new does not mean it's going to be overpowered.
What about creating new spells?
Possibly,
Like
but
following like the
it's
D&D
not
section?
it's not something in it sort of depends on how our downtime goes. It'll be something you have to spend a lot of your downtime on. It's not something that, like, in game you can spend a night on and you came up with a new spell. It'll be like, all right, we're gonna have a month of downtime. I want to continue working on that spell I've been messing with, and we'll go over the details between the DM and the players of what you want it to do.
Makes sense.
And I can be like, yeah, that seems broken as shit. No, you can't do that. I want to just be able to create a river of lava. Can I do that? It just never goes away. It's just always a
Oh my
river of
God.
lava.
No, I want to do a fireball of hold person.
No, okay. Here's a legitimate thing. I want to cast tidal wave, but have it be lava.
Probably not, unless it's like a 9th level spell or something.
Oh my God.
But if you wanted to tidal wave of fire,
Yeah, I mean like fire damage or lava or whatever.
Yeah.
Just-
The lava's different because the properties are very severe.
yeah, if you
Like
wanted
they
to
disintegrate your
change
body and you can't be rezzed.
yeah, the more you want to change a spell, the more time and resources and shit it's going to take.
'cause I
But
can't-
yeah, if you just wanted to like change, you know, there's precedent of that in the dungeon or spells. Like there is basically an acid fireball already in the books.
Is there
So if you
really?
want to do stuff like that, like I want a fireball, but I want it to do cold damage, like you might be able to figure out a way of doing that.
Can I just go grab Aegon?
No, he's dead.
Different universe.
It's like Ryuji just dies. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and roll up. Okay, his
He
name is
plane
Aegon.
shifts in.
He just play. It's like, ooh, where's this?
I am back to experience. Probably not gonna do split experience, so
Ooh.
everybody's basically gonna be on the full level. Yeah, I just burped in the middle of my sentence.
That's fine. It happens all the time.
So everybody's just gonna be on the same spot. Everybody's gonna get the same. If you are doing cool RP stuff, you'll probably be rewarded in other ways.
You heard it. If you're great at RP, you get magical items.
Dun dun dun. If somebody dies, they'll just come back the same level as everybody else. I'm not doing the like, you come back one level lower than everybody else. So I don't see the point of that.
And it's unfun.
But just don't die.
Going through this gigantic list to see if any of it applies to what I want to talk about. Repeated party roles. It's gonna be a common sense type of thing. I'm not gonna say like nobody could ever repeat roles. If it's like a pick a lock and you have all the time in the fucking world, you'll probably be able to pick it. Just your role will depend on how long it takes you, unless it's a special lock that I will say like you toil on this thing and you just can't fucking get it. But in most situations, your role will determine the amount of success and failure, it's not going to be a binary switch on and off. And a lot of the times I will give you choices on that, and it might not be exactly clear. It'll be like, you know, I want to try to pick this lock, and I'll say, you know, you'll roll like an 11. I'll be like, all right, you work like 10 minutes on this thing. You might be getting somewhere, but you're not really sure. How much time do you want to spend on this? And if you just say like, oh, I've got all fucking day, I'll be like, oh, well, you get it eventually then. It takes you like 2 hours, but you eventually get the damn thing open. But if you're in a dungeon, if you say I want to spend another 5 minutes on this, that might not be enough. Things like that. I'm not just going to say you fail. Sorry. And for things like perception checks, I'm going to try to use passives a lot, so your stats will actually matter for a decent amount. Ooh. Unless you actually ask me to do something. That's things exciting. Like if you're on watch, I might require a roll, but if it's just like you're just walking along, I'm not going to ask you to roll. It'll just, the thing will happen, and depending on what passive perception is how it will come out. It'll more be set on what the bad guys roll than what you guys roll.
So like, how do you feel about the whole like, so if I'm on watch and I roll for perception, I get like 11, and the dude sneaking up rolls like a 15, and I have a passive of 16. How do you feel with that? Like, I just don't see him.
That's the hard part. I guess that's something we could talk about. You want passives to be a floor?
I enjoy that because that's how I roll it as a DM, but I understand if other people don't want it that way, because it does create interesting situations.
I don't have a preference either way, as long as it's defined.
I mean,
it does seem weird that if your passive is higher and you go lower than it, your passive doesn't do anything.
Yeah. It always makes me reluctant to invest into it, because I don't know if the DM will take advantage of it, so I was planning on doing it with this character, investing in passive, so I would like that.
I'm sort of on the same line of that, is that it always did seem weird to me that if you roll lower than your passive, you suddenly perceived worse just because you decided to roll. I'm going to say specific situations will apply.
Makes sense.
Things that passive just doesn't apply to, like, you know, if you guys are looking over a hill at some dude sitting at the bottom of the hill, and you're like, can I see if I can see, like, what arms and armor they're wearing? Like, alright, give me a perception check. If you roll, like, a 4, even if your passive is 14, you're like, it's too far away, man. You can't tell. You see the glint of metal, but you don't know if they're wearing chainmail or plate mail, if they've got long swords or great swords. it's just hard to tell. Things like that. But if you're just like on watch, or you're just walking along, or things are happening around you that you're not specifically going like, I want to know what's happening, then I'm gonna take it passive.
Yeah. Yes, that's what I like. I like to use passive as like a more defensive kind of perception. And on that note, what about traps?
Traps, I will usually use passive depending on the nature of the trap. If I believe there is something to see, then usually passive will work. If it's a magical trap or something that there's just no reasonable reason why you suspect a trap to be there, it doesn't matter how good you sort of glance at the walls, it's not going to tell you anything. So, if there's a snare on the ground, your passive perception will probably help. You're like, oh shit, there's like I just realized there was the twig bin over there, and now I see a rope hanging off of it. That's not good. But if it's, if there's something like on the other end of a hallway, past your dark vision, that's gonna come rolling at you, you're probably not gonna passively perceive it unless it's already coming your way. So things like that probably not gonna help.
That makes sense. Sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I will try to use passive as much as possible, because I do like how they speed things up. When it comes to multiple rolls, if it's like, I want to roll perception to see traps, and you roll badly, then really not going to allow people to just keep on rolling unless it makes sense. Again, if you have a rogue and a paladin, the paladin walks forward and says, I see nothing, and the rogue goes like, let me check, I'll allow that. If the rogue goes first, the guy that's been checking for traps always and never really failed you, and he rolls poorly, if somebody walks up and goes, you know what, I think I'm going to check this one time. Like, no, fuck off.
Makes sense.
Sometimes I will ask you to justify your actions.
Nah, do you just have the rogue whisper the trap checks?
But if it's something like, you got, like, somebody opens up a book and they try to make sense of it, everybody can roll a thing. Like, you could pass the book down the line and just see if anybody knows anything about it. That's fine. If it's something like one person's working on something and you want to make it go faster, you can do the help action. So if somebody's picking a lock, somebody else could help them. You can't just sort of go down the line for picking a lock, because only one person can work on it at a time, and you're probably just going to want the best person doing it.
Yeah.
We've lost Nikishi.
No! Hector, no!
We need Desmond. We need his thunder cannon and his giant pet thing.
Yeah, ain't got that for a while.
So when you say no split XP, like I know you were saying like we're all gonna be progressing at the same rate, but like if we fight 1200 XP worth of insert bad guy number ones.
I'm splitting it like that.
So you're dividing that amongst the nine of us.
I'm just saying at the end of the session, I'm just going to say you guys got this much experience. I'm not going to go down the line on how much everybody got.
Cool, I'm good either way.
Yeah. I don't have a huge preference either way. If you guys want me to, I can. It's mostly just a speed thing, and it makes it easier on me so I don't have to track shit.
No, it's fine.
I do the modified experience, so bigger fights will give you more experience and shit like that. If you have important other contributions in combat, it might lose you experience. So, if you have an NPC with you that is just as strong as you, I might split the experience 8 ways instead of 7, things like that.
Gotcha.
I would try to not metagame that. Try to say I don't want to bring health because I want more experience. Try to say I want to bring health because I don't want to die, please. But either way, whatever. It's definitely a tactic of just, hey, I want to test myself, so I'm going to go in and alone.
You know how you said that thing about like their anti-dick rule against players?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you put someone in that is deliberately here to try and help us, but one of us is like, man, he's got a really nice sword.
Man, he's got a really nice sword.
Yeah, that's the anti-hobo, murder hobo stuff. Yeah, try not to.
Go full murder hobo.
Try to act reasonably for a reasonable human being. Like if you're walking down the street and you see a cop and he has a gun on his side, you're like, I really want a gun.
Let me just shoot him in
You're
the
not just
fucking
gonna
back.
fucking steal his gun and fucking stab him and walk away.
I'm
Chris
just
is
saying,
upset
this
going.
game and one of the most popular games is based all around that.
Yeah, but try
Like,
to
all right,
act
all the
like a rational
NPCs are
human
getting
being.
shit gear now.
Nobody's gonna have guns. All the cops are gonna have fucking hand crossbows that are half
That
broken.
guy's, listen, that guy has a really nice weapon. You just killed the king of the realm, so
Campaign over.
I mean, and the setting included, like, if you
Look,
piss off the few people out here, you're probably not going to be in a great way. You're going to be out on your lonesome with no resources, so that would be a pain. Be aware of that. Like, just moving to the next town over and hoping they forget. Probably not going to be a legitimate strategy.
we'll send Marcus after you.
No, God. Marcus was the one that killed him. Damn you. I have 2 rulings questions for my character. One, are we taking alert at face value, so I just cannot be surprised?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So, like, greater invisibility doesn't matter. I cannot be surprised.
Yep. It's just, I mean, it's just mechanical wise, you know.
Yeah.
If you guys get ambushed, everybody else is surprised except you.
Coolio.
So you will be able to act that first turn while everybody else is still trying to put their pants on and shit. But yeah, things like that.
All right.
And second thing, because it came up when I was doing a little play duel with Marcus about that whole attack action thing. Not the AC bit. We solved that. I have to do an unarmed strike as one of my 2 attacks in the attack action. Fine. That we've settled that. The other thing, though, if I take the attack action and then do a bonus action unarmed strike, I still have the rest of my attack action, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can order bonus actions in whatever order you need to, as long as you're going to follow the actual requirement. So, like, you can bonus action unarmed attack and then attack with a sword, as long as you still attack with that sword. You cannot bonus action attack offhand and be like, you know what, I actually don't want to take the attack shot, because that just doesn't work like that.
But I can bonus action punch somebody in the face, and that distracts them long enough for me to run away and shoot them with my longbow.
Oh yeah, that situation.
Come on.
It's the same thing as what you just described.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing that you described, and it's like it's a big component of why I wanted to take mobile, was for that level of mobility.
And it's like, I don't think that there's going to come up as much like a 1v1 thing anyway, because we're party.
Wait, so you're saying that you bonus action first?
Yeah, if a bonus action
No,
only triggers
I
off
wouldn't.
of a
Yeah.
attack action, you can order them in any way. Like for Shield Master, you can Shield Master ability and then attack.
You can knock someone prone and then hit them with advantage. That is
Yeah,
a thing.
just the only weird thing is the idea of like using the bonus action and then moving away and then making the attack action is weird. I'll
It's
say
just,
it's
like,
fine
if you
for
if you
now,
picture
and
it in your head, it kind of makes sense. If someone has a bow, they can just punch you in the face and they can get away from you.
The reason I,
mean,
would
the-
accept it is just because he takes a feat to get mobile.
Yeah, it's
With the martial arts, like, the way that you're saying is that you're using the unarmed strike as the bonus action first, and then you're using your attack action, right?
Yeah.
The thing is that, like, I'm sorry that I'm nitpicking about this and being rule lawyery, but you use the bonus action once you declare that you want to use the attack action under martial arts.
he's
Well, that's what we're
declaring
saying, is
it.
he's declaring it, and
Yeah.
then he's just doing the bonus action resolved first.
Yeah, he's declaring
Yeah, I'm
it
gonna
and
commit
then
to the
doing
attack
bonus action
action.
and moving first, which is a little
Yeah.
weird, but you know, it should be fine for now. If I look it up and be like, oh wait, no, it's not supposed to work like, then I'll say that. But I don't know enough about it right now. I'll say it's fine.
Just reserve the right to, if it's broken.
Yeah, like
But
I don't.
I don't see how it would be. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't foresee it. I'm not gonna want to use my bow all the time anyway. Because all about that katana.
Should be fine. We'll use like weapon drawing rules and shit though. So like if you're trying to do that and you still have a sword in your hand or something, then you either need to drop that sword on the ground, or you can't do that. Because you can't stow and draw a weapon at the same time.
Yeah, but it just gives me a little bit of flexibility if I'm in my bow position. And it's like, oh, hey, some dudes drop out of the ceiling. It's like, fucking Christ.
Yep. For DM Inspiration, I will usually appoint it on the spot, but I do it very seldomly, just because, I don't know. It's just a weird thing to me. How do you guys feel about limiting DM Inspiration to, like, either in-game time or sessions or something?
What do you mean?
DM Inspiration.
Personally, I do it that if you get DM Inspiration, you can only use it up to the next session. Like, if you get it today, you have until next week to use it, and then by the next session, it's gone. If you don't use it by then.
I've just always had a problem of, like, oh yeah, I've had DM Inspiration for the last
Yeah, I've had it since, like, session 1, when you gave it to me, remember?
Yeah,
Now
but
we're, like, level 20, and I need to cash it in.
yeah, but then like you can't stack oh, that's great. You have DM Inspiration. You get to use it once. It's not like, well, now I have 75 DM Inspiration points. I've been hoarding them. Like, if you're going to be really liberal with it, like, if you don't use it, you can't gain anymore. It's not like it's an added benefit to hold on to it.
Yeah, I mean, you're just holding on to it for an opportunity where you really need it.
Yeah.
It's mostly just to incentivize people to actually use it and not forget about the damn things, and also just narrative sense. Like,
Yeah.
What
try
about
to be inspired for now and not inspire yourself 2 weeks from now.
What about declaring it before or after you?
No, please go with afters. It's so.
I believe Raw is after.
No, Raw is
I'll
before.
I'm gonna let you
Before?
do after, but you need to roll again. After.
You can't just take
You
the one
can't
that was
just,
already
like-
rolled
Yeah,
with
it's
advantage.
just
This is
like
why
do
you
an
gotta-
advantage thing.
Yeah,
Use
if you
advantage
roll a
toggle,
3 and a
guys.
20, you can't just be like, I'm gonna use DM Inspiration to
To get
pick
that
that 20.
20.
I'm like, no, you can roll again if you want to. I'll do it that way. I don't want people to like try to pick out their crits.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's why I always roll normal.
Yeah, I'm starting to try that now.
Yeah, because it bothers me.
I guess on that inspiration thing, it also is going to depend on the way you deal them out. I mean, if it's mostly something that we're going to acquire during RP sessions and not really in combat, is it really a thing that we can only use it in that one session? Because oftentimes we're not. Right?
It'll probably be the end of the next session, because the sessions will be pretty short. So if you get it at the end of a session, then it's gone. There's no point to it. So it'll probably be the end of the next session you get it.
Just don't stack 2 RP sessions in a row.
Nah, four
I mean,
RP sessions.
You can use inspiration RP sessions.
Yeah, but if you can't use it,
If you have the
yeah.
inspiration, you might as well just voice an ability check at that point.
Yeah. Try to find out a way to use it. You feel inspired. Maybe you take a risk on doing something.
At the end of every session, everybody's like, "Well, I'm gonna dump all these inspiration points."
Can we cash the inspiration for XP?
Hey, if you got back from delving in a dungeon and everybody made it back all right, and you are inspired, who's to say you ain't feeling lucky and you're gonna go to the gambling hall? Who knows?
Oh, there's a gambling hall. I'll go play some poker.
Some insane enhanceability is crucial in this game. Got it.
Gamble your way into the.
Guided.
Everyone wants to have friends with the bard. Get that inspiration die.
I will say you can use inspiration for other players, but it needs to make narrative sense. So, like, if somebody goes into a tavern and is trying to negotiate with the innkeeper to get free rooms, and they roll poorly, if you're out at the blacksmiths, you're like, I want to use DM's inspiration for them. You're not even there. No, it doesn't make any fucking sense. But if you're there with them, negotiating with them, then, or you're just like in the room and you're overhearing their conversation, you'd be like, yeah, I want to use my DM inspiration. I want to walk over the middle of their conversation and say blah 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 to help them out. It would basically be using the help action, but you can do it, after the fact instead of having to do the help action beforehand.
So
Things like that.
This would probably be a very rare situation, but let's just say, just to cover my bases, if I do get my hands on a gun, can I dedicate some time to like practicing with it to have it be able to be a Kensei weapon?
Uh,
I can do longbows.
probably, yeah, fine. Because all the Kensei weapon does for monks is just like lets you add D4 damage or whatever to range attacks, right?
Correctamundo.
Yeah, that's fine.
And it just keeps me from like gimping myself because if I'm not using a Kensei weapon, I can't do other things like fucking unarmed strikes and nonsense.
Yeah. That'll just have to be one of those long downtime sort of deals, though.
No problem.
Because I don't think Kensei monks have any way of adding additional Kensei weapons, right?
No, I get more as I level up.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
start with
yeah, if
two
you just
and
want to
then-
use, if you just want to use that on guns, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Try to make it make sense. Like, try to do it after you've had a gun for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
but,
I
you
wasn't
know,
just gonna like, oh hey, look at that, a rifle. I'm just gonna automatically attune to this and just
Yeah.
Kensei weapon. No, I'm gonna
But if
RP
it's,
like
if
him
it's your part of
practicing
your
with
class,
it,
then
and
it's fine.
now he's gonna start shooting as an art form, doing trick shots and shit. Lever action rifle. That is my goal.
I'm gonna use group stealth rolls, so you basically take the average of success and failures, and you need half or above to be successful on sneaking.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
Are you telling me I have to carry the entire group?
It is beneficial to have
Hey,
more
now.
stealthy people in your group than not, but the one guy in heavy armor
Yeah.
does not need to be left
Yeah,
outside.
precarious.
So it's never fun when you have the one guy in plate mail. Like, I guess I'll just stand outside while you guys go do your thing, or everybody's stealth is fucked because the one guy wanted to
The
follow you.
wizard's so stealthy.
Song of Rest. The bard rolls the d6, or each individual rolls the d6.
Just the bard roll the d6.
Okay.
If
So I figured.
Take that number, just like speed it up. Let's see. Initiative's gonna be like normal. I will group monsters that make sense to be grouped.
All the zombies on the same turn.
Ryan!
Stop breathing into the mic.
Stop dying! Get it, hurricanes happen in Florida, but damn.
I had my mouth, I guess the air pushed up into the
Yeah, I did.
microphone. That's funny.
It was.
Wow.
We're all glad you're safe, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I made it.
good job. Still alive.
Spells and abilities can affect things that are not listed on the spells as long as they make sense. So even though a spell says, must target a creature, then it may be able to use against the environment. It doesn't have to be a creature, but obviously you cannot hold person a rock. But if you want to, like
Can you rare frost a fire?
firebolt a plant, then sure, you can firebolt a fucking plant.
So
which
don't take the create flame cantrip.
Nope. Just firebolt the bundle of sticks. There you go. Boom. Fireball.
They explode.
Oh god, no.
Campfire, just like you asked.
There's sticks everywhere. Why did you do this? I needed time to draw the ward on the ground.
How I do spells is it needs to be heard, or at least heard by what you're casting at. So, if you are casting a spell on someone, and you do not have subtle spell, or the spell doesn't have the the ability, the person, you need to speak it loud enough for whatever you're affecting to be able to hear it. You cannot whisper spells. But if you're casting a spell, like if you're casting light on a torch or a stick or something, you could whisper it at the torch or the stick because you're right fucking next to it. But if you're trying to cast light, I think it's a touch spell, but if you're trying to cast a spell that's like 20 feet away, everything 20 feet away from you is going to be able to hear you.
But
I'm taking that. I like that. I struggled to find a way to not get my players to silently say something bad about someone and cast a spell
Yeah.
against the NPC that they don't like for whatever reason. I'm stealing that.
But like, can they cast light onto my arrow and then I shoot the arrow?
Sure.
It's a classic.
Yeah, he could be. He
Can I
be a
have
peanut butter
magic?
Tim.
Can I have magic immunity if I wear earplugs?
If you take, well, yeah, if I class deafness on myself, am I just immune to magic? It's like power word death. What was that?
Huh?
What? Huh? Hit you with my
No,
sword?
I don't hear so good.
That's all for the general rule crap. Any other questions about anything that people are concerned about that I might fuck up?
What is your perspective on Wish?
Wish is a 9-level spell and can only have the power level of a 9-level spell, unless it's cast by something that has inherently more powerful than a 9th level spell. So a genie is only, all the djinn, if you have them have spells or wishes or whatnot, they are only like a CR 13 creature. They cannot change the fabric of the universe. A luck blade is just a magical item. It cannot change the fabric of the universe. A god, or like one of the princes of hell or shit, those creatures are inherently more powerful than the wish spell itself, so they are allowed to do more things with the wish spell.
So like, but just hypothetically speaking, if a genie is like, hey, do these 75 things and I'll give you a wish, are you gonna like monkey paw that wish, or are you gonna just like kind of roll with this and we don't go fucking broken?
Depends on who is granting the wish. If it's a god, they're not pissed at you, they will probably just grant your wish, because they're not here to fuck with you. If it's an item, it's not going to try to fuck with you because it doesn't care. It's just going to grant your fucking wish. If it's a genie, if it's a djinn that's fucking with you, and you know it's fucking with you, maybe don't trust it. But it's still going to go by the word of the spell. It's not going to just make some shit up.
I'm gonna fuck you.
and again, like the books are bad with this because it's a terrible example of what they give of like, if you don't word your spell, like I want something dead, it might teleport you 5,000 years in the future while everything's dead. Like, no, Wish does not have that ability. Wish is not strong enough to send you and your entire party 5,000 years in the future. It can't do that.
How far in the future can it send you?
Like a Wish can simply fizzle. If you say
30 seconds into the future.
Oh god.
yeah, like if you say I want to own the world, the wish will just fucking nothing will happen. The wish will still be available. It'll just be like,
They'll give you a deed that means nothing to no one.
Or like, congratulations, you own the world. Like,
It'll be like-
what does that do you?
It'll be
Who
like one of
recognizes
those.
that?
It'll be like one of those certificates where like someone bought you a star. It literally means nothing.
Yeah.
Ka-ching! Here you go. Try again.
Like if you make a wish to level a city, I will take precedent of other 9-level spells, which I think like Earthquake is a 9th level spell or something.
Yeah, and Meteor Swarm.
It'll basically probably have the same effect of Earthquake. So you wish you level the city, it would either have like a minor effect of Earthquake on the entire city, or maybe you like level a quarter of the city or something. Basically as if you cast Earthquake.
Level a city. Shut up,
Or you
Ryan.
just level up.
It's like, I wish. Jesus. Oh, level up a city, actually.
Hey, if we build enough businesses, maybe we can level up the city.
Oh,
D&D SimCity.
that's my general idea of Wish. Wish is not... It's a cure-all for a lot of things, mostly just because it can beat any spell that exists. But it's not a cure-all for anything you want, because it itself has its own inherent power.
Got you. Okay, cool. Because I did remember that there were genies, so I was just like, huh, let me get this out of the way now.
Yep, yep, yep.
So I should take the luck blade out of my backstory that I had with me.
Yeah, probably.
Can I have a
So
luck
you mean,
blade
like,
with...
don't get the deck of many things?
Can I have a luck blade with 0 charges, though? It just looks really cool.
It is a really nice one.
I think at that point it literally is just a dagger. I don't
You can
remember.
call your dagger anything you want.
I know, right?
Oh yeah.
This is my lucky blade.
I mean, it still has the effect where you can reroll any one.
You can what?
Yeah.
The luck blade has 2 effects. It's the wish spell, and then you can also at any point if you roll a 1, you can re-roll it.
Oh, yeah, so I guess I can't have a luck blade then. Poop.
Halfling luck.
Still a pretty good thing.
Yeah, you get
gives
halfling
you
luck
halfling luck.
once every longest.
I was going to check right now just to see it.
Oh yeah, I've talked about this before, but magic items, the only magic items I've ever really used out of the Dungeon Master Guide are the really generic ones. Like, there will be rings of protections and shit. Yeah, stuff like that. The more out there things in there, I usually just don't use. I will make up my own shit. So, if you find a magical bow, do not expect it to be an oath bow. Things like that.
Do we know each other?
That is what we need to figure out.
Yeah,
So let me do some world building stuff of like where you guys are at and what's going on, and then we will decide how you guys want to be in that, how you want to know each other's stuff. So you guys have, for one reason or another, either lived in the Expanse for a little bit or are heading to the Expanse. The Expanse is a very large, wide open area in the middle of the world. On either side is the Valine Nation and the Truscan Nation, both the human nations that are both having expansion sort of ideals in mind as they are sending people towards the Expanse to snap up as much land as possible. Think of it like when the United States were sending settlers out west to take it from the engines. And, yeah. But instead of engines, you have orcs and goblins and things like that. The natives of the place. You are in basically the third formed town within the Expanse. It is called Heartclaim. Move over the map. It's only really been settled for 10 years. Basically 10 years ago is when the first ground was struck. The first post was stuck in the ground. So it has been ever so expanding in the last 10 years. There are towns further east. There are 3 of them, with one being basically a border town that's been there for a lot longer, but they've only really been here for the last 50 years or so. So the place is young, and no one here is really a native except for, the tribal folk. In Heartclaim, there are about 500 people so far. It's the largest town of the area, although it is the newest, but it is seen as the beginning point of all the offshoots of every other little farmstead that's being created in the area. It is the main vital line from the civilized world out into this wild lands. The towns to the east, White Whale's Gift, Promised View, and Iron's Crossing, are smaller, as they were basically set up as either defensible positions or just footholds to gain resources. Think of them more of like mining towns and things like that. They're not for people to stay, they're mostly for trying to get resources out of them to supply Heartclaim as the major effort. With Iron's Advance being a large town that is based right on the border, that is the sort of guarding position to the entrance of the Troscan properties. Moving on to Heartclaim. Not all of you will be here, but for those that are. Relatively small town of about 200 or so buildings, again about 500 people. For those who live here, there is basically, it was built around a fort on a hill. The very beginning was built on the edge of the treasure forest to the west as a location to get lumber. And from there it grew as it turned into an actual town. It is ruled by a mayor and a sheriff that were both put into place by the Ironwall Republic, which is part of the Troscan people of the East. And there's all kinds of colorful folk here. That's about the general idea. There are sort of baddies about. There are ruins all about that people have discovered. As much of the world, there were people that came before you, even though all the races of this world are relatively young compared to the world itself. So there's all kinds of different things to be discovered. Any questions so far?
What's Comforting Waters?
It is a tavern slash brothel.
Okay, cool. Like the map.
Alright, so we can figure out what our relationships are then. So, what I understand so far, it seems like two people are, well, alright, one person's already stuck themselves in. We have Quark that has lived in the town. How long have you been here, Quark?
Probably about 6 months.
Okay, gotcha. So, you are working under a man named Quode de Gioda.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a spelling on that one.
He is right here. Bloop. Quode de Gioda. He is an Earth Genasi. And might need to change something of your backstory just because it's gonna drive me insane. The Golden Cloaks, you might need to change the name of that because I'm just gonna think of fucking Game of Thrones every single time.
How do I spell that guy's name? Quode de Joji?
Quode de Joda. It's Quode Quode. It's right there on his token, right next to your token.
It's not showing up on the screen.
Well, put him on the object layer.
Well, he's there. I'm just saying, like his nameplate isn't
There's no
activated.
name on it.
Ah, okay. There you go. You can see it now.
Thank you.
Yes. He's the one that founded this little tavern. Basically, not at the very start of the founding of the town. The Comforting Waters was here at the beginning, but as a smaller, a little bit less reputable location, as it is not a brothel. It's not quite as visited as often as the other establishment in town, but there's still people around that need the cheaper drink and do not need the aggravations of women when they need a drink. He is a man of relatively few words. You know that Genasi are actually born of Jinn. They're basically half Jinn. Just go down the line here. Let's see. I'm gonna make Desmond, since you're the first up on my Roll20 pictures.
Yeah.
What's your relationship going on here?
Is anyone from Tuscan?
Technically, I am, but
I mean, well, he might be aware of the guild I come from, and maybe he might.
I don't know. Are you from my part of town?
Truscan is very large. It's over 200 miles wide, so...
Yeah.
There are 4 different city-states in Truscan, so... where do you come from?
Isn't
in person, Peter?
Isn't it Florence?
Oh, what is that? Wait, hang on. I actually didn't write it down. I literally put my backstory Truscan because I knew I was... Hang on. Lloyd Tidbits is your host, Brendan Sneed.
I mean, the chances of me knowing somebody outside the guild are small. And
Valencia Society. Yeah, whatever the Kingdom of Valencia is.
Okay, so you're both from the Kingdom of Fralanza. Oh, good deal. Let's see. Have to remember what your character is, Peter. Let's see.
Definitely, probably from the Trade Prince Bazaar district.
Yeah, you probably Kingdom of Fralanza as a pirate, you would probably have connections in the Trade Prince Bazaar.
Yeah, probably from Trade Prince Bazaar. I mean, I see that because of facts.
Basically, Iron Wall Republic is very like traditional Middle Ages type deal. They
yes.
Generals and all that. They very much practice in the sword and martial capabilities. Trade Prince Bazaar is, Trade Prince Bazaar basically a giant market. They are basically led by the 4 most rich individuals in the area, as they have sectioned out the city state in 4 different sections. You can find anything and everything you would ever want there, and they are basically a hive of scum and villainy.
Well, hey now.
Okay, yeah. Jalen would definitely be from there then.
There's nothing wrong with profit.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Prophets of finding a pirate king.
It is
just a
very
pirate
much
captain.
a society of honor among thieves, basically. Profit above all else. Kingdom of Forlanza is very set in the idea of competition, advancement, and fashion. So they are led by what is popular at the time, and everyone trying to step on everybody else's toes to get ahead in life, to try to make themselves stand out and become basically famous and rich. And then the Holy Lands are, basically the holy people. They worship the gods, they try to spread the word of the gods, and they try to form themselves in the god's image, or what they believe the god's image will be.
Damien, what are you
As the
doing
gods.
here? Damien, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be in another universe?
I'm an artificer, and like I said, I don't know if I've interacted with your guy. I mean, he's a pirate. Would he necessarily come try and make deals to get arms from our guild? I don't know.
Oh. That was a poorly done joke. That was a very poorly done joke.
Made a joke
If
about
it goes over your head that hard. I mean, you weren't supposed to get it in the first place, but anyways.
The inside joke you did.
I'm sorry.
The inside joke with Damien. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Yeah,
I held you up against that.
You guys probably wouldn't know each other. If anything, Desmond and Quark might know each other's reputation, at least their organizations they come from. Again, might need to change Golden Cloaks, but
You can change it. You can
Quark-
change it to the Golden Sphere.
Golden Sphere. Gotcha. Good deal. That'll work. So, Quark is a member of the Golden Sphere. They are basically the largest trade organization in the world. They have agents in just basically every major city that will allow them. And they are certainly based out of the Trade Prince Bazaar, but they certainly also have agents within the Kingdom of Forlanza. And as you, Desmond, are from the Master Architects.
Well, the name of the guild is the Dark Rose, and that's usually how you see the emblem on whatever it is they build. There'll be a rose cut into it that's darker shade of whatever it is that's cut into.
What a weird fucking coincidence, this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So the major bad guy in our other campaign is called the Black Rose.
Oh,
Yeah.
But not the Dark Rose.
Kill
So
all
it's
the
different.
other things with fire.
Yeah.
But
See, why can't we have a Kellum Boys Cathedral in the Order of the Light? That'd be lit.
So, and Quark, you would know of the Dark Roses. They are
I would.
a artificer organization that
Yes, my brother
have
went to
created
trained under them.
some of the most advanced and ingenious artificers in the land, and they have switched their heads recently, as they are a system of families that vie for supremacy, as basically all of Kingdom of Forlanza does in one form or another. Their head artificer has just recently changed, but you do know them to be the head of the artificers and basically the world. As Kingdom of Forlanza is basically the header in most technology and magical advancement in the world. Although I doubt you guys know each other personally.
Yeah,
especially with me being the loser.
Depending on how much you keep your nose to the grindstone and how much you like to keep your ear out for rumors instead, you might have heard Desmond. But maybe not.
if there was profit in it, I probably would have.
Then you might have heard of Desmond T. Coyle, as the Coyle family just lost favor in the Darkened Roses, because Desmond failed a recent competition against one of his cousins, as his cousin took the head.
Should have tinkered more, my friend.
I know.
Neither of them are heads of the family yet, but basically it was a competition to establish an heir to the name of the Darkened Rose.
Yeah. Basically, within the guild, within each one of the guilds, the idea is that there's a lead designer, the Johnny Ive of the guild, if you will, and that role is named the master artisan, and that person usually dictates how all the styling and design is going to go on for the next couple of years, as he is this generation's lead designer, and is the most prestigious position, which it's important to artificers. Your rank as far as who you are when it comes to creating things and things like that, and how successful you've been. It's very important. So getting this prestigious role is a big deal, and my family held it for the last 5 generations, Coils, but I'm the first idiot to lose it to my cousin, and who happened to have been a big thing with artificers is that we build these huge rivalries, and my cousin's family, again, they were rivals too. My dad beat my cousin's father for the position, and so it's I'm kind of a disappointment in that regard.
You've brought great dishonor to your family.
Yeah.
Good. So no connections so far. Let's go down the line. Ryan, Cinder.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt that Jaren's pirate crew, not Jaren himself, they probably took stuff from their, intercept cargo on the ships.
They probably recognize the Coils.
Yeah. Probably recognize your guild, I mean, obviously, I obviously recognize the Golden Spears.
Yeah, definitely.
So, the only connection is piracy, and I stole your shit. Sorry, my bad.
So,
Not my idea, maybe.
I'm just glad to make stuff worse to you.
known through past reputations or associations, but not personally yet.
Not personally, not yet.
Cinder, do you have any relationships with anyone, or like how long have you been in town, and if you have been there for so long, do you have any relationships?
I would say that maybe after having, fled from horrors, this place looks a lot safer, and I would be looking for a place to set up to live. Maybe I've been there a few weeks looking for work, like whether it's bounty boards or like a job. So I might have met Cork there at the establishment looking for work. But mostly I would be much more interested in like a job board, or like fighting for gold.
Gotcha. All right, then you might have a reputation with Marcus then, but we'll have to figure out. He said he's going to be here in like half an hour, hopefully. So.
All right, I would be staying in probably the cheapest inn that there is there.
Yep. Then you either be renting out a home with someone. There's like or 1 or 2 spare bedrooms, I believe, at the Final Frontier Brewing if they rent out rooms. And then
we definitely rent out rooms.
Okay.
There's a good margin there.
Gotcha. Yeah, there might be like one other
there.
person, but you could certainly be renting out a room from within the brewing company. That makes
Sure,
sense.
yeah. I'll have been doing that. So I know him, just either acquaintance or maybe closer if we had come across each other a bunch at that time. But I know who he is.
Gotcha. So you have a little bit of a relationship with Quark and Geode.
What's his name? Jode?
Geode.
Geode.
Like Geodude.
Yeah,
But Geode.
sort of like Geode, but Geode.
Gotcha.
Some
The moon blade's actually a
and
thing.
puns. Everybody loves puns.
I love
Owner
puns.
of the...
If I was better at puns, I'd just do a bard that used vicious mockery and just did puns.
And you punch people in the face.
Alright, so you
So
need
if you
to
rolled
stop.
like a critical on a vicious mockery, was it like a horrible pun?
It's probably like a dad joke level pun. Wait, you have to roll an attack roll for vicious mockery?
Yeah.
No, I thought it was a save.
Hitting them with
It's
your
a save.
words.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. It is a save.
Okay, I was about to say, what the fuck?
It makes sense for it to be like a wisdom save or charisma.
Yeah.
Cinder, how long did you say you were in town?
I would say a few weeks, maybe like 3 weeks.
Okay. And forgot to ask Desmond, have you been in town for any amount of time, or are you gonna be showing up?
No, remember I'm showing up because I met someone along the roads that informed me. Actually, no. As I was coming into town, someone informed me of that gunsmith that you want me to meet up with.
Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. Next we have Ryuji.
Ryuji, indeed. So the one character interaction, because he traveled pretty far to get here, but he spent some time in Mankeen, making friends with both halflings and gnomes who were more, partial to trying his tea and having not really been that exposed to it. So I have like a generic throwaway name for just a friend, but I was just wondering if Nick would be cool with me changing that to Toman. Maybe him and I could be friends. Because I just have because I think you were doing a halfling, right, as Toman?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just have like, my good friend Brock or whatever. I could just be like my good friend Toman, and we would have known each other for any duration of time between 6 months to a year. If that's cool with you. Do you like tea?
I could like tea. I'll say I like tea.
Okay,
All
so
right.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
change that. So I don't know who the fuck Brock Turin is, but I am familiar with Toman, and him and I are relatively good friends. I was planning on kind of just coming into town today.
Yeah, there's a caravan heading west that will be carrying the lot of you if whoever is showing up right now.
Yeah, so I was going with the showing up right now as my entrance.
Okay, good deal.
A good friend Toman. All right.
Just fixing up my notes. Okay, so Toman and Ryuji both are showing up now. Mr. Marcus is not here. Quark we've already talked about. Nick, is there anything else you want to know? Toman, why is he heading out this way? And why did he come out here with Ryuji?
Tobin is mostly, he's an archaeologist. So the only reason he's going anywhere is just to find ruins, lore. So like this is just another stop where he's going. To explain like why he would like just disappear sometimes. He found another place to check out.
Did Ryuji convince you, or did you convince Ryuji to come up here?
Well, what's Ryuji's reason for being here?
I'm coming up here just because, like, I'm assuming the settlement initiative was such a big deal that it was kind of like, world news, so to speak, is how I was interpreting it. It's like manifest destiny, like that level of initiative, since both the Valine and Troskin are going in. So I personally saw this as an opportunity to expand my knowledge and experience even further, meet new people, find new plants for my teas, because I was really excited when I came to Mankeen and discovered a new arrangement of tea and created a second tea variant for myself. So I was coming out here just to expand my knowledge and meet new people and maybe make new tea, maybe start a tea shop of my own instead of having a little cart.
Okay. So it just sort of happened to collide that both of you were looking for something new at the same time, and
I was like, hey,
said, "Hey, fuck it."
Yeah, like I was stopping by your place, be like, hey, I'm heading out. See you later. It's like, where are you going? Oh, I'm going here. It's like, me too. Holy shit, let's go together.
Alright, good deal. And let's see.
Headcanon is that Ryers carries Tillman in his backpack.
Huh?
Like, halflings are so small, he just, like, puts him in, and then Tillman just rides him. Rides him piggyback. In the backpack, in the backpack, in the backpack.
I
He's
carry.
in the backpack on his back.
Oh my God.
Curves.
He was just like
Curves.
he just ignored
I knew
it. He just
That's
ignored
exactly the
everything you
reason why I
said.
said in the backpack. That is.
He ignored
Fucking
you
curve.
entirely and just typed it anyway. I loved it.
That's so
I
fucking
realized the error of my ways the moment the words came out of my mouth.
Shit, my noble fighter carries a gnome around all the time.
But doesn't everyone just carry a gnome around all the time?
Yeah, but
Just
like
to
this,
know.
Are you trying to say that you don't have a gnome in your backpack?
I
Weirdo.
know I have a gnome around here somewhere.
I need to get that saddle built into my fucking armor already. God damn.
Maybe the
Pocket
numbers are
wizard.
right.
Gonna go full Master Blaster on this.
Oh god, imagine he got that magic saddle that prevents you from going prone.
I have
Yeah,
that.
that's-
I have that in the Tuesday Thursday game where I carry around a gnome with a crossbow on my back.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
that's
the
what you should
cavalier
do.
saddle.
And then you could never go prone because you're a mount.
Alright, last one is Jaren. How long have you been in town, Jaren?
I would say pretty recently, maybe like a few weeks. I mean, I guess it depends on the timeline of when. How'd you say?
Do you have any relationships in town that might flesh out the timeline here?
Nope,
No relationships.
no relationships. He just found himself here, if anything.
What
Like,
did you
I guess you could say that he.
Oh, you
That's
cut out.
shitty. I cut out.
You just said you could say he.
Yeah, you could say that he's from like the White Whale City.
Okay. You're from one of the northern coastline towns that was set up.
Mhm.
Did you sail there?
Yeah.
Is that where your El Capitan died? Is
That is,
where after he died?
I was thinking that he just died in battle, and then I was like, oh shit. Nothing's gonna happen. I was like, wait a. Or that Jaren just left.
Like, is
The
that
captain.
where your crew disbanded? Is that
Yeah, yeah.
White Whale? Okay, gotcha. So you were in the old Soul Sea, and Captain died in battle, and parked off at White Whale, and you were off.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, good deal. What have you been doing the last 2 weeks in Heart Claim?
Well, considering how his part of me wants to say he's in jail, but I know that that's not going to be good for the future party meetup. Still getting rides. Well, I don't have enough money for that.
Could have been.
I
just
mean, yeah, I guess you could say. I mean, I
for a
have like,
weekend.
I guess he basically spent 500 plus gold back the whole week in Barlow, and now we're 2 weeks later and I don't have 10 gold.
Okay, so you basically spent all your money of just drinking and trying to recuperate after the
Yeah.
fight on the sea.
Yeah.
And
Because, you
now
know,
that we're
being
coming around to this part-
pirate is pretty rich, but those whores, they need their money too. Yeah, they need their money too.
Females and
Alright.
finances don't mix.
It's a relatively small brothel, so you've got a pick of 3.
Oh fuck.
One of them is a man, so
Nice. You know, it won't even make it so that one of them is his best friend for some reason. Like, he's just so rakishly charming.
oh yeah, you are a swashbuckler, aren't you? Let's see.
That's 16 in charisma.
Look up at the top. You can see our hers popping into existence. I'm gonna have to show their name to players.
I don't know why random shit doors.
I think Jaren chose him.
There we go.
I saw how long you were right next to each other.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. That was a visual glitch. Visual glitch.
Who are these people? Who's Elizabeth?
So,
Let's go with Elizabeth. She looks
Oh,
good
they're the
enough.
ladies of ill repute.
yeah, Elizabeth Rosewater is the most veteran of the girls within Comforting
Oh,
Waters.
yeah.
Gwendolyn Lytle is relatively newer, as the most recent woman got pregnant and had to leave the business for a bit. And
Wow.
Adrian Blue Sky Walking is a strange man that also allows his efforts. If you allowed him, he would actually probably be tending to you, as he has an art in the healing ways.
Oh, does he? Got lay on hands.
In a way.
Mhm.
But also know the proprietor of the Comforting Waters. Teravar Bitterbark. He is a full elf. From his darkened skin and black hair, you probably know that he is one of the late winter elves. And he is the owner, and he has been here since the forming of the city. I don't know if he's shared that with you, but you have had many run-ins with him, as he is basically always found staring at the front doors when anyone enters.
Well, he probably doesn't like him because I'm a half elf. Mechanically, what is he? Is he like a high elf?
He's a wood elf.
Oh, hey, look, we're related, kinda, because I'm wood elf descent.
If there's anywhere where people are accepting, it's a brothel.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has a definitely cold demeanor to him, but he doesn't seem to really treat you any differently than any of the other jacks that come in here.
I gave them like at least a solid 500 gold over 2 weeks. How could you not like me? I
I would hope
basically
you'd be a
paid for your
VIP.
rent.
I mean, Elizabeth certainly likes you, but it's hard to tell if that's professional or anything else. You know, it's her job.
I mean, there's not really like a. How would you say?
What?
Going full Westworld.
You wouldn't say that there's like a tavern of some kind. Like, not really a tavern, but like temporary lodging space in this town.
Yeah, the Comforting Waters and the Frontier Brewing Company have some rooms, not a ton. If you wanted room anywhere else, you could maybe pay your way to have lodgings within the fort, in the jail cells, or you could try to convince somebody to give you a room, basically. But there's no real large established inn. They don't get that many travelers.
Wouldn't the jail cell be free though?
I mean,
You broke the law.
yeah, you could always get
No,
drunk enough and
but
find
that means
yourself
you're
a
not
room.
paying gold, so.
I mean, it's basically
value.
like living in the drunk tank. Eventually, they're just gonna get tired of you and just say, "Fucking live on the streets, you dirty bastard."
It costs too much.
I only have 5 GP. Ugh.
All right.
Yeah,
Good.
you probably just live in the Comforting Waters for like 2 weeks. I've been there, getting drunk.
Yeah, it's definitely the more expensive establishment than the Final Frontier Brewing Company. So that is probably where all your money has gone in the last 2 weeks.
Now we're down to a lowly 10 gold.
Yeah,
And then they kick us out because I can't afford them.
yeah, you are certainly aware Taravar will fucking remove you from his property as soon as you run out of coin.
Which is probably going to be very soon.
All right, good deal. So on the Caravan Inn, it seems like we have 3 people arriving at the same time. We've got Desmond, Ryuji, and Tomin. As there's no real way to get to the Expanse from Mankeen except taking a boat across the east and landing in the south of the Troskin territories and then going west. So you guys would probably have met up either at the border town or one of the towns in between, and then got a caravan west to Heart Claim.
Or you can't cross
So-
the desert.
Wouldn't advise it. you would need the blessings of the Jinn first, which
Gosh.
can be tricky.
That ain't cheap.
Yeah. Like you could risk it and fucking try to keep your head down, but if you were discovered, you know, they would probably bury you up to your head.
They wouldn't want you to.
At you.
They have dominion over the unwon sea too, right?
The unwon sea is called that because it is constantly contested between the Jinn and the dragons. It is usually avoided because a lot of nasty things live in that water and on the islands. Not many people go there. One, to avoid the nasty things, and two, to not piss off the Jinn or the dragons. Because it's hard to tell who has command over it at one time or another.
Makes sense.
So the three of you would at least probably have met each other on your way out here. If you guys wanted to strike up conversation or not, who knows, but you're not complete strangers.
Desmond, do you like tea?
I'd like to try some.
Oh, well, perfect. Okay. Of course, we have, generic teas, but I have two varieties of my own special blend. One named after the powerful dragon of the...
That sounds interesting.
Nobody likes that one.
The dragon's really popular back in Vinci. And of course, there's also... There's also the Phoenix variety, which I brewed with the herbs that I found in Mankeen.
Okay, Phoenix and a dragon. What else you got?
And then I also have like chamomile, lavender, etc., etc. Some herbal teas. Dragon and Phoenix are my two blends.
Well, let me try your dragon.
So Ryuji
You
goes.
Bad
I'm
choice.
gonna need some con saves, otherwise you're gonna take 20 fire damage. So
Not gonna get on with this guy.
So it's a rather potent tea. I have not perfected the method, even though it is my variety. I have specific goals in mind for when it is a more potent variety. But
So these are experimental teas.
yeah, they're experimental teas, but I've gotten the flavor down. But I have plans for potentially turning them into medicinal tonic teas, if you know what I mean.
Tillman is just behind him, just shaking his head and mouthing the words, "Don't do it. Do not do it."
So
That's a trap.
it's not a trap. God.
And what would you say of the two? Which one do you think you're closest to perfecting?
The dragon tea, since I've been working on it for a much longer time. Drinking it, clears the mind and revitalizes the body. My father and some of the few other tieflings I've was able to have actually drink it without throwing it in my face back in Benchi did actually enjoy it, but the throwing in the face bit's more because of me being a human than the tea being bad.
Oh,
Still shaking my head.
just I'm looking at him, obviously shaking his head. I'll let me get a small bit, just a small bit there.
Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, and so I'm just gonna prepare a very 6 ounces of tea, just in a small cup for you, and it has hints of would best be described as almost like a cinnamon kind of aroma to it, and it has a little bit of spice, a little bit of kick, but it's not poison or anything like that.
I do like the cinnamon smell. The aroma is quite enticing.
Yeah, think about walking into a Cinnabon. That's what it smells like. It smells like cinnamon and it smells like sweet.
Alan's all over this. Good deal. So you guys become, relatively acquainted with each other on the ride over. It took about 4 or 5 days to get from the eastern town to Hart Claim. Just look at the map to confirm Yeah, take about 5 days. Each one of these little squares is about a day's worth of travel, about 30 miles or so, 25 to 30 miles. So, on the 5 days of travel, you guys have been able to chat quite a bit.
So yeah, what brings you out to Heartclaim, Desmond?
I'm looking for a new start, if you will. I come from the big city, but I think my time there has ended. And I hear that Heart Clan is blooming, so I thought it might be the right place for me to go.
I'm here.
No.
Welcome, Marcus.
Hi, Marcus.
Just in time.
Perfect.
It's him, the legend
Marcus,
himself.
the legendary Marcus. How are you planning on arriving in Heartclaim, Marcus?
Please say guns blazing.
I don't have. That'd be kind of hard.
Sword swinging.
'Cause you
I
can
don't know.
you can hop on the
I was too busy
caravan.
at my best buddy's party. Hold on.
You can be getting drunk with me.
Oh God.
Yeah, we will figure out how Marcus got here, how long he's been here, and whatnot, and then there's one more thing I want to do for everybody, and then I think that's about it. We can hop into, we can play the campaign for like an hour or so, hour and a half maybe.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm coming here from Binchi, having spent some time in Mankeen, just trying to expand more of what I know in the world, and share my love of tea making with others. Nothing too righteous or anything like that.
You know,
Were your family tea makers as well?
No, my father. You used to notice like Ryuji kind of struggles for a bit to find his words. My father was a man of moderate consequence in Binchi society, but he kind of fell out of favor politically for having a human wife. It wasn't particularly easy for us after a certain point, but they make do. He's retired now, and they're okay. They drink tea recreationally. It's just something that I found greater interest in after my father introduced it to me at a young age. I tried to make my own way in that society, but it was not met with much kindness or positive favor.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's alright. It's not your fault. But I appreciate the sentiment. I've definitely found much better company amongst the the shorter folk of halflings and gnomes.
What we lack in stature, we make do in character.
Indeed.
all right. Marcus, are you here? I just saw your ping ping.
Say what?
All right. We're just doing this all out loud, so I'm going to ask you now. How long have you been in Heartclaim?
Not that long. More or less, like, technically about 2 days, but in the area for about a week.
Okay.
He's only spent about 2 days in Heartclaim. You got a bounty almost immediately and spend most of his time out hunting it down.
All right, good deal. So, possibly, you might have met up with Cinder, as he seems to be looking for the same type of work. Cinder, would you have gone out with a strange man with sword at hand out to kill beasts for money?
Yeah, if I heard that there was a bounty for money and a way to pay my way without having to sweep the basements of this brewery, I would definitely go and pursue that, no matter who my company was.
Okay.
So maybe
Marcus, would you take somebody along with you?
As long as they didn't get in the way.
I think I could show that I could hold my own. So yeah, I would have gone with him on this this trip, this pull up a bounty and maybe make
Yeah,
some
he
gold
would
on
have
the side.
said, fine, fine, 50-50, don't get in my way.
We'll see who gets in whose
If
way.
you're a detriment, you're getting nothing.
We shall see.
He's an all business kind of guy. Like,
Okay.
he does not fuck around when it comes to his job.
Gotcha. So, you showed up, about a week ago or so, and heard that there was a job for killing a cockatrice that was up in the north. And Cinder seemed to have his eye on the same deal at the time, and you guys struck a deal to go slay the beast together that was terrorizing one of the local farmsteads. Hadn't done any real damage, but there was a sheep that is now turned to stone, and the guy was scared shitless and locked him and his family up in his house. Sent word to the town to send help. You guys went up, slayed the beast, and returned to its head. I'm gonna say, Cinder, you had racked up a little bit of a bill, and that clears it. And Marcus, after resupplying and everything, since you've been out on the plains for a week or so, after resupplying, you were...
Well, I have the Outlander background, so I didn't exactly need to buy rations.
Whatever. The other crap that you have in your bags that you need to fix.
Yeah,
I'm saying you're not starting with an
Yeah,
extra
yeah. So the nice way that you're saying you're not. I got 700 gold from that deal.
Well, you could say that my payment would be the 10 gold that the Outlander starts with.
Yeah,
probably get more than 10 gold for killing a cockatrice going out of your way. But I'm
Okay,
also saying
minus all my expenses, it would be 10
yeah,
gold.
like you guys got 200 gold or so, you split it, and then you spent that money to fix your shit and for room and board and food and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so I would say I kind of I know him, but in the way that two people going about business as usual would know each other. I'm not gonna try and
from different
yeah,
departments.
I'm not gonna hold hands with him and try to play cards in the camp, and he doesn't sound like he's interested in that either.
Gotcha.
Just went and hunted it down and came back.
But you had a halfway decent time. At least you guys were successful, so you might do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I can see that he's capable.
Oh, damn it, I just read the comments. Damn it, not another Edge character. Damn it.
You'd be alright.
I think that's about it for relationships. Let's see.
Ooh, is that Shadow the Hedgehog? Yeah, it is.
That game was not as bad as people think it is.
God. All right. The next thing I want everybody to think about.
If you just ignore the story, it's not a bad game mechanic-wise.
Oh yeah. Just
I'm gonna go down the list I have. Now it's out of order from Roll20, but whatever. I want everybody to tell me. If you don't want to tell me straight out, you can do it in secret, whatever. I want short-term and long-term goals for everybody. So if you haven't thought about it, too bad. Think of it now.
boom. You're on the clock. Hot seat time, boys.
Quark,
All right.
Quark,
Short
what are
term,
your
short
and
term.
long-term goals?
Yeah, short term. Get enough money to open at least one business within town. Start making a good heavy revenue stream. Long term goals would be to either strike out and build a new town where I own a majority of it, or make insane amount of wealth.
All right, make money, get bitches.
No, don't get bitches, because women and finances don't mix.
He has a
All
code.
right,
Not trying hard enough.
all right. Next up, Cinder. Short-term and long-term goals.
Short term would be to sort of like carve out a place for myself with newfound freedom and get myself sustained and acclimated into a new life. And long term would be to create my own horde to rival my ex-masters and eventually face him.
Ooh,
Nice.
Cinder's going the full dragon route. Like it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up we got Desmond. Desmond, short-term and long-term goals.
Short term, to echo everyone else pretty much. I want to find a way to make some money early on, whether that be through my wares or just picking up some contracts that I can help out with. Long term, I want to get back into the Truscan and win back my position from my cousin.
All right. Ryuji. Short term, long term goals.
Do you mind if I deliver these in an out of character kind of way?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. So Ryuji's short-term goal is to perfect the 2 flavors of tea that he has so far, and of course find any others, develop any others, any other varieties, and get his brewing to the point where they have mechanical benefits, and then at that point, then his long-term goal would be to start his own tea shop in a town that seemed fitting, whether it be Heartclaim or maybe even Cork's future town that he owns. That would work, and he wants to have that tea shop, get it to the point where it can run itself, and perhaps super long-term franchise it. He wants to compete with those that scoffed at him in Benshi. That's his long-term tea goal.
Nice. All right, Toman. Short term, long term goals.
Short-term goal, help GG with his tea shop. And then long-term goal, discover some piece of lore that no one else has. Put it in a book before anyone else can.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I would have.
And then kill all the dragons.
Oh god, kill all the dragons. Did you nickname me GG? Did you say that? Or did you say Ryuji?
Yep, you're GG now.
Oh my god. Yeah, so then Ryuji would help him with his long-term goal in exchange for his help with his short-term goal. So he needs help getting into spooky places with bad things, he'll help him there. He needs help killing dragons, he'll help him there.
Good deal. Jaren. Short term, long term goals.
Short term would be accrue lost revenue from mourning, and long term goals will be acquire pirate crew, get pirate ship. In some way, shape, or form. Maybe through stealing. Maybe.
What's your offer?
Marcus. Short term, long term goals.
Short-term goal: get bounties, make money. Long-term goal: I whispered that.
Okay.
It's to murder everyone he meets.
Not that edgy. And damn it, my internet keeps cutting out on Roll20. Damn it.
I've never had to write "get money" so much in a set of notes.
That's usually the first thing that happens in a campaign, so it's understandable.
Yeah.
Get money and don't die.
I'm sure the short-term goals will keep evolving.
Mhm.
Good to know.
Reconnecting to Wi-Fi. This house sucks.
Alright, so your nickname for my nickname for you is Toto.
Yay, I'm reconnected.
Alright, I think that's everything I wanted to cover. Possibly, maybe. Any questions or anything anybody wants to know? Start up.
The new arrivals, are they going to be trying to find rooms in these inns?
Yeah, I
'Cause
think
they're
I
limited?
would, because I'd probably try to find a room in the non-brothel. Not that Ryuji has any issue with brothels, but he ain't got that much money.
Some of them could fit within the Final Frontier Brewing Company, but the space is very limited, as you can see.
Oh shit.
So, basically, for what's already taken up, you've got two extra beds, one extra room. But at this point, basically, Quode sleeps in one bed, Quark has his small bed in one of the guest rooms. You would probably have a bed in the other room. So anybody new coming in is sharing a room with y'all.
What's
You
on
only
the
got two
second
extra
floor?
beds. Ain't no second floor. There's an
Oh yeah,
attic,
there is a
that's
2
it.
upper floor. Aww.
Yeah, there's an attic.
I spent half my day sweeping there or killing the rats.
It's basically a crawl space where you guys keep the booze and shit.
God, this map looks really familiar for some reason.
Does it?
It might be another map I had to split in half.
Oh, I just have memories of a very large green friend who would wander these halls.
Is it the exact same one?
It's the exact same one as the
Oh,
first
balls.
bunkhouse.
Oh, whatever. Oh yeah, because it's the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all good.
Gotcha.
You
The
gotta
comfort-
steal.
The Comforting Water certainly has a lot more rooms.
What's the price per night here?
Oh, hey, this is. Oh, wait. Yeah,
This
it
is the Hooker Palace.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
this
is
is
the
Hooker
Comforting
Palace.
Waters. And
I thought they were like, hey, wait, this isn't Barovia.
it has many more rooms. I can reveal the top area also.
Because I'll stay here if I can afford it. That's the only problem.
Hey, it's lit.
Sticky
I mean,
rooms
from my calculations, it's actually 35 gold per night.
per night.
Damn.
It's what?
Maybe
35 gold per night.
Maybe your expenses were so high because you were whoring and drinking the whole time.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
were pouring and drinking and paying for medical services.
Yeah, you were like,
yeah,
you know,
okay, well, yeah, granted.
fucking presidential
Yeah, it's
suite
a-
over there.
Yeah, it's only like 2 years worth of work for one night.
I mean, it's not really 2 years. I mean, 500.
It's like a
gold,
month
are you
or
pirating?
something.
I mean, it
A month of
depends.
skilled labor
If
or
you go off
so.
the Forgotten
month of
Realms.
Somebody needs to stay at the mini bar.
I mean, it's a month of taking someone else's skilled labor.
Sorry, I paid 35 gold pieces for a cot.
Yeah, how much?
I mean, I calculated it for 2 weeks and 500 gold, and to leave me with 10.
How much a night for
And
like
it's
this
because-
room?
It's because you
That's
hoard.
you bought the most expensive rum they had, and you slept with
Yeah.
that chick every night, Elizabeth.
Yeah, you slept with the top girl.
I was living it up.
You were
Value.
value.
It was worth it.
You cannot rent that room. That room is for work, sir.
This one.
I'm assuming
I don't
the
know if you'd
4
want to sleep in
rooms.
that bed anyway.
That's the sticky
Assuming-
room.
Which
The nice
which one's
rooms
not
are
the
for
sticky?
work.
So these are the rinsing rooms. These are the sexy
Yes,
rooms.
all the rooms with multiple beds are the renting rooms. All the other ones are meant for the girls, boy, or owner of the place.
Ah, poop.
This is the owner's room.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, because it has a bat.
Well,
So this one. That's probably the top
This
girl's
is
room.
the nice hooker's room.
Purple. This is like the
basically,
new girl.
Elizabeth.
No, this is the new girl, and this
Oh,
is the
shit.
dude.
No, this is the new girl's
Yeah,
room.
new girl.
This is the
That's
the
this
cheapest
is-
sticky room. Don't touch the walls.
This is Adrian's room, yeah.
Okay, the night. How much
So-
is it for the not cot rooms?
Ain't no not cot rooms.
No,
Oh,
like-
you been up there?
Yeah, these
Okay.
are not cotties. These are baby beds.
It would be like 3 gold a night.
Oh fucking Christ! How much for the cot rooms?
For any room in the
Oh
company.
god damn it!
It's still 3 gold a night.
I
Bro,
am
I
a-
have
bed,
5
bed.
gold. Do you want me to
Yeah,
sleep
hold on.
outside? Is that what the objective is? Because I can do this.
Need to find work.
Yeah, like I was gonna walk in. I'm not even gonna fucking go to sleep. Like, you're right. Who needs me to go kill some goblins? I need money.
That's why I jumped at the first chance I saw. Cockatrice, let's do it.
You ain't living here for free, fuckers.
Yep.
I mean, I'm a wood gnome, so I'm just gonna sleep in the trees outside.
Get chased away by the guards.
Come on, guys, you
How
have
much to
you
go
have
sleep at
do
the
that
stables? I'm gonna do this like a true adventure.
That rain doesn't do any favors for your equipment.
Especially Matt.
Guards might kick you out of town if there's many guards.
They'll call you horse fucker. Pros, it's free. Cons, your reputation.
Alright, so... any other questions or anything? Alright. Guess we can get started then. We've got about an hour, so see how
The
far we
game
get.
is afoot.
Hooray!
Alrighty. Let me get my stuff prepared. Everybody go take a bathroom break and shit before we start, because I'm going to do that as well.
Oh yeah.
I'll be right back in a minute.
Alright.
You just have to bullshit your way to having a ton of gold from selling tea or something. And then you just say that you spent it all, like I did.
Go talk to the owner and say, I'll
Yeah, go talk
trade
to
you
the
some
owner.
tea.
I got this nice tea. It's actually pretty good. Sell it to Adrian. I'm pretty sure Adrian's like the hippie.
Like Adrian,
Heal magic.
I'll give you tea if you let me stay on your floor. Don't touch me.
You think you could give me that lay on hands?
I think the question would be though, like, so you got tea, but like, how much tea do you actually have? You don't just have like a magical item of infinite tea leaves.
So I think because there's no mechanical benefit, it's easy to hand wave that I have as much tea as required to create tea for like purely situational RP purposes. Is no different than drinking water from a water skin. But then once I can get into a position, well, I'm not going to try to start my business until my tea does something. Is the objective.
Can I make the ugly women look more beautiful?
If I manage to find maybe
That is called.
Maybe call it like the Sphinx tea.
Sphinx tea. That's pretty cool. Yeah, because all the teas are going to be named after mythical animals for sure. That is the theme we're going for.
Coming up with a name, I get at least a 20% commission for sale on that.
I mean, I could pay you like a percentage if you help me with the startup costs. You can give partial ownership. We can do Shark Tank. We can do a whole Shark Tank pitch.
Dad.
Like you, your dad, and like a brother of yours show up as the Shark Tank and try to pitch my tea job to you guys.
Well, what's your projections over the next year?
What's my project? Well, we have we've been in business for 2 years, but the first year was the sales were really low due to racially motivated reasons. But the following year, we relocated to Mankeen, and we saw an explosive growth of about 250%. And we were looking at profits. We were looking at profits.
I have to say, I'm impressed.
What's your margin?
All in on this.
What's your total cost of acquisition?
Total cost of acquisition. You can't buy the whole business.
No, acquisition of customer.
What's
your profit margin?
Profit. We're looking at a profit
Go
margin.
to market.
Oh my god, we're looking at a profit margin of about 17 gold per customer.
Damn.
Per purchase?
Yeah.
Expensive ass tea.
That's
Yeah.
because remember the point is I don't
high
want to go into
quality.
business until the tea actually does something, and I'm basing it off of the standardized cost of a basic health potion is 50 GP.
Why
Need to
would
go
someone want to
talk
buy
to Carla
your
Verret here.
tea for 17 gold when they could just go and
Profit
buy
17 gold.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume you're probably,
The lowest level tea
It's
is 20.
that good.
The lowest level tea that we sell is.
I don't
is
care
20
how
GP.
freaking good your tea is. I mean,
Costs us
A
3
tea is
GP.
like a-
if I could buy tea for 1 copper piece, I could buy 270 cups of your tea for that kind of price.
Yeah, but if his tea gives you giant strength, you're not gonna care about that other tea.
I think it's just all smoke and mirrors. I mean, does anyone actually do we have any evidence that it actually gives you giant strength? No, we don't.
Well, not
You
yet.
could easily do that.
You moved into an area that's 95% savage orc tribes. How are you gonna break into this market?
Yes.
Look, since when do orcs not like tea?
Since when do orcs like tea?
Once I mixed it with grog,
Oh yeah.
now it's grog tea. Now they love it.
What?
Just call it Berserker tea, and they'll love it.
Yeah, Berserker tea, and they're like, holy shit, this is amazing. So for me, Berserker tea is gonna be like what the unicorn frappe was for Starbucks.
Yeah, but
What an orc
Boom.
doesn't know. They're gonna buy that.
is
If
it a
you
good
don't
idea
have Berserker tea, then you're not a real
to
fighter.
give
And just
give
limit it
orcs
so that it
Berserker
only
tea?
comes around like in October to November, and people.
Yeah. Yeah, we have this special pumpkin spice tea.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Good deal. Is everybody back?
Let me go ahead and cut off the
Pumpkin
Spice is disgusting.
CRT. I mean, I guess.
Go for it.
Alright. So to set the scene, it is June 18th,
Oh.
1097.
We can actually we have like a Google Calendar link.
Ain't got a calendar. But
This
I
is
am,
my
I
calendar.
am using just normal fucking calendar because I'm not making up a new fucking calendar. But it is a nice and hot day in spring, as some of you are going about your day. It's a little bit before noon. It's about 11 or so in the afternoon. Hard to begin to tell. The 1 or 2 pocket watches that exist in this town are not owned by y'all. And
I have one, but I would just say it's broken
okay.
because it has to be worth 10G or less.
Yeah. It has long ago since.
Can't even trade that for
function.
tea.
And for some of you, Quark in particular
Yes.
You have been hearing rumors of late, about the last week. The two residents within your establishment, the longer-standing resident Cinder, the one that has been slowly running up the tab because he's been unable to pay you, just returned a few days ago and seemed to have returned with a decent amount of coin, thank the gods. Paid up his tab and were able to. The rest of you, for the sort of next 2 days, Cinder, Marcus, Quark, the ones that have not arrived, the last 2 days have heard continuing rumors, as Quark has heard them over the past week, of the goblins in the west becoming strange of late. The tribes there have always been known, the people in Hard Claim. They've been something of a nuisance, but they never really ventured outside of the woods and never really bothered anyone. There were originally some encounters when, about 8 or so years back, when the wood-cutting operations began, the goblins tried to fend off those that would cut down their forests, but they were quickly routed and driven away, and haven't been much of a problem since. But of late, there have been reports of the lumberjacks that go to the wood, seeing more of the green-skinned little bastards out watching them. They haven't attacked anyone yet, but it's strange for them to just be hanging about while they do their work. More of the lumberjacks are getting more and more nervous as they seem to see more little green ears poking around bushes as of late. Also, during the night, people are reporting things being stolen, and just of yesterday, someone reported a goblin running off in the middle of the night with one of their pans.
Oh, thank goodness! I thought you were going to say pants.
Nope. The people have become more and more aggravated with these recent occurrences, and it has been announced that Roderick will make an announcement this evening, a little bit past noon. Roderick is the sheriff of the town, Roderick Odison. He has a decent reputation in these parts as an official of the Ironwall Republic. He was positioned here to watch over Hard Claim and its people. He is a very large and stern man, not to be fucked with.
What was his name?
Roderick. The rest of you have arrived into town this morning around 10 o'clock or so, and basically been jumped off by the caravan. You would know, cutting out here, you've heard from the caravan masters that the caravan will head out this way usually about once a week or once every other weeks, depending on the request of Hard Claim for resources and people and whatnot, services. Communication happening in the Expanse is done by Raven, as many of the homesteads and things are too far away from Hard Claim to send runners and things, and those of smaller homesteads cannot afford to make trips by foot because they cannot afford to leave their homesteads undefended, and they can't send individual runners by themselves as they are afraid their sons and daughters would be captured or killed in the plains. So, you guys arrive into town, you sort of try to find some accommodations. I'm assuming most of you have found your way to either the Comforting Waters or the Final Brewing Company to find room and board as you start to hear these rumors of an announcement in the afternoon. And we start the campaign right afternoon as you all hear a bell starting to ring up upon the hill. Ding ding! Ding ding! Ding ding! Ding ding! Put yourselves where you are at this point in time.
So we'd be like riding in on the caravan from the south, right?
You'd be coming in from the east,
Oh,
and
shit.
you've been in the town for about like an hour, enough to try to find some accommodations
Got
somewhere to
dropped off
stay.
there.
Yeah, so we'd be
Yeah.
like in the courtyard then.
Yeah.
I thinking
Bus
this
stop.
might have been a good opportunity, and hearing rumors that he was going to speak on it, I would go to where Roderick was expected to have been making.
You would know that to show appearances and everything, Roderick likes to make announcements at the top of the hill, or the heart on the hill,
Of course
and
he does.
usually crowds usually gather at the bottom of the hill, the path leading up.
Okay, yeah, I would
So
I would
about
I would be
there.
getting there early.
Yeah, as-
Marcus would get there a little later.
Making
I
my
hear
way
the bell.
downtown.
Yep. Walking fast.
It's
So what do you
fast
wanna-
and I'm holding back.
Follow these other people. They all seem to be going to the same place.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the same.
I mean, it doesn't really seem like it. Okay, I guess we're going.
It doesn't seem, what doesn't seem like it concerns us? Is that what you were gonna say?
Yeah, pretty much.
As you approach, you see other people coming out of their homes, especially the ones nearby, starting to come out of their homes, put down what they're doing, and start walking towards the hill. You see a good 30, 40, 50 people start to gather around the hill. It's a decent amount of the population of the town, but certainly not everyone. It doesn't seem like everyone is all that concerned, as a large man steps out from the open doors of the keep in full plate armor, sword at his side, stands with whitened hair on the top of his head, cut on the sides, and looks upon the crowd as another man steps out behind him, a large dragonborn, stands by his side but a little bit back. You know this to be Kalkor Vrish, the mayor of Hard Claim, also an appointee from the Iron Wall Republic.
Well, fuck this place. I'm leaving.
Kalkor sort of stands back as it seems like he is allowing Roderick to do what he must, and after Roderick takes account of the surrounding people, he raises a hand and the murmuring around stops. He speaks out, speaking in a large, boisterous voice from the top of the hill. Thank you all for coming today. I know you've all heard the rumors, and I won't say they aren't true. I see we have new faces in the crowd today. This does not concern you, but you are welcome to stay. I'm here to announce the goblins in the woods have started to move against town, and more violence has erupted in the south. You do not need to worry. I and my men will defend this place. No one shall threaten us. But I will announce that any further logging activity will cease for the time being. And with this, you hear rumors going up through the crowds. You see a couple very large men visually upset about this. One of them yells out, "The fuck do you mean?" Silence! We must protect from the violence of the South. As you know, we have only so many arms, so many souls. We will protect you. We cannot spread our men so thinly to go and hunt in the woods. We will find a solution. Messengers have been sent to the east. This will be solved, but for the time being, logging will not occur, and no one shall be allowed to enter the forest, of risk of your own deaths, but no escorts shall be allowed. With this, even more murmurings of going up in the crowd as people are starting to become even more visually upset. Some of the women start to murmur about how basically are they going to need to board up their windows? Their home is on the west of the city. I've seen a goblin just the other day. I'm pretty sure one stole things right off of my pantry inside of my house. People, the sort of ruckus starts to clamor even more. I know! Listen! You all know what you signed up for, and there is another solution. I am putting out an offer for any man here with strong arm to aid in this crisis. those that have been appointed by the Iron Wall Republic, I am giving the command to aid the town and its property. We will not leave our borders. But that does not mean those here are not allowed to do what they must. And I offer pay. For every goblin hand returned to me as proof of death, I offer 50 gold for those who slay it.
Did he say hand or head?
And
Oh shit, we double the profits. Take both hands, that's 2 kills.
After my announcement here, anyone interested, find me within the keep. We will discuss exactly what must be done. For everyone else, go about your business. Calcor's secretary will speak with the loggers. Find you new work to be had. Please, remain calm. This will be dealt with. With that, he turns around to the keep. Calcor gives a wide look at the audience, gives sort of a grunt, and then enters the keep himself. And sort of more murmuring goes about the crowd as it starts to disperse.
This seems like the perfect
Looks
opportunity, Toto. What do you think, Desmond? You all down? Take out some goblins? Or do you just start stretching, like literally, like right here
Absolutely.
in the field? Oh, perfect.
Slithering in.
As you guys start to approach the keep, you see 2 guards on the inside, men in chainmail shirts and swords by their side, give you small nods as you decide to enter, and one of them waves a hand over to the right as you see the sheriff sitting on a small stool with a bench in front of him, his arms crossed, sort of giving you an angry glare as you come in, but at least, Quark, you know this to be the usual demeanor of this man. As Calcor stands sort of gingerly off to one side, just watching proceedings as usual. Who approaches the sheriff first?
I know.
I'm avoiding the fuck out of that dragonborn piece of crap.
yeah, I would have stayed near the front the entire time, knowing that this was coming.
If anything, I would have tried to slither past right with them into the door.
Okay.
But that seems unfeasible with the guards.
Yeah.
So Cinder, you try to approach him first?
Yes.
Marcus is not far behind.
Ah,
Jalen would
Two.
be pretty fit.
Yes, any more work I could find, I'll be happy.
did you not just return the other day from the chicken monster?
Yes, but I find that the inn charges every day, even after you pay.
Good. Like to know we have some skilled men in our charge, although you seem to have quite the group for me. Quark,
Yes.
what are you doing here?
Well, I mean, surely, there's a great opportunity here for us to do good for this village, and, well, 50 gold is a good amount of profit. There's always opportunity wherever you look around. You just have to know where to find it. I believe there's some good opportunity here to make some good for both people and the coin purses.
Very well, one way or another. The rest of you lot, I've not seen you before. Are you newcomers all interested in this plight?
Yes, sir. My name's Desmond, and I'd like to help out any way I can.
Yes, the name's Ryuji, and he just gives like a very... He recognizes this person as being in a position of power and respect, and so according to custom, he gives him a relatively deep bow, not all the way flat, but just enough to acknowledge his position, and just goes on to say, yes, we just came into town, and, well, my coin purse is unfortunately light, so... killing goblins, that's light work.
Indeed. Well, I appreciate the interest, and I'm, well, honestly, surprised at the interest. Not many men would try to face things out in the wild, but I will simply not talk you out of it. As I said before, 50 gold for proof of death. Bring me the hand of a goblin. Don't think me a fool. I'll only take the right. Proof of the death and you will be paid. Any other information you can find on why they seem so interested in our town of Sodom, you may be rewarded even more. But make it worth it. If you come with me, come to me with lies, I will bring justice on you.
Yeah. Jaren will like walk up and say with a very jaunty swagger to him. And he has like his bandana down. And he'll have like this ear to ear smile as he approaches the general and says that I'll take on the job. I'm a pretty experienced swordsman myself. So I wouldn't mind the extra coin, huh? And then he'll like waggle his eyebrows at him.
Like it.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Again, eyebrows.
Words before actions.
Just sort of looks you up and down. Any man can carry a sword, boy. Do what you wish. The offer stands. Bring me hands and information. You will be rewarded. Now, please. I appreciate the offers of your help, but I have other things to do. Please vacate my fort.
Yeah. Jaren will
Solid.
saunter out.
Very
acting
quick,
like he's
very
drunk.
quick, Roderick. I mean, could we get this in writing? This contract.
You doubt my word, Quark.
I don't doubt your word, but it is much better to have things in writing than just word alone.
Ugh. Bureaucrats, am I right? And then he'll look over to Roderick and smile again.
If you'd like, I could
Persuasion
write
roll.
up the forms for you, and all I need would be a signature and your seal.
Give me a persuasion roll. Quark, I'm the sheriff here. My word means nothing. That I am nothing. Get the fuck out of my keep.
Fair enough.
So I'll look over to everybody and say, well, what say you lot? We want to do this together, or every man for himself?
Well, strength in numbers.
We can kill a lot more goblins that way. Thank you for the offer, Roderick. I appreciate it. And like Ryuji just quickly bows and moves to leave out of the keep. He doesn't want to offend this man.
I don't know him.
I know.
Having
it's
seen-
but we don't know anyone here.
Having seen Marcus track before in the last quest, I looked at. Let's not waste any more time. You lead the way.
As
Well-
you turn to leave, you see a small gnomish woman starting to push past your group. Get out of the way! Get out! Get out of the damn way! As she
Yeah, Trevor.
Oh. Jaren will like open the door for her with that shit-eating grin. And he'll even do like that little Kurt bow thing where he has the door open with his left hand and he'll like gesture her on in with the right hand.
Just shoves her right past, ignoring you. And as soon as she enters the door, you can see hear from inside the fort, just fucking yelling at the top of her lungs at Roderick. What the fuck is this, Roderick? You know, you're supposed to protect us, you little shit. He's like, Shifter, shut your fucking mouth, girl. I will not. And you hear shouting and screaming for a bit. They get a little bit quiet as it seems like she made her way to him a little bit more. But very quickly, you see her starting to exit in a grump. Just fucking fuming mad. You! just points to Cork, the
Yes.
closest one to her. You're going to kill these fucking goblins, right?
Oh, most certainly we will. Is there one in particular that you're looking for?
Give a shit about the goblins. I want my gun back.
They took your gun.
Little fucker stole it right from the side of my house.
Well, that is just quite rude. We could certainly fetch back your gun. How much is it for you?
Why would you put your gun on the side of your house?
I was working. I'm not gonna pay you shit. Get my fucking gun back.
Well, I mean, perhaps then we can come up with some sort of barter system, maybe some discounts in trade down the road.
Ma'am, my name's Desmond. Well, what's your
Short
name?
Stuff. I need to
What's your
tell
name?
my fucking name to you.
Well, perhaps I can help you.
Desmond, shut up.
You fucking better. I want my gun back.
Could you give us a little information
We'll
about,
get you your gun, don't worry.
where'd the goblin go that had your gun?
I'm assuming in the fucking woods where all the goblin little shits are. Look, I was working on a new shotgun, and it was gonna be amazing, and a little fucker nabbed it on the side of my goddamn house when I was inside getting some drink. So you get my fucking gun back.
Are you so rude?
Yeah, she's pretty.
She's fusty.
Why are you such a little bitch?
Got him. This is
It'll be
Jaren's
fine.
second.
Shifter will get you your shotgun back, don't worry.
Fucking better, Quark.
Yes,
Jaren's like on the side. He's like, ooh, bird.
They didn't happen to take anything else from your shop.
Fucking ammo that went with it.
So they're gonna shoot us.
You really think goblins are intelligent enough to work a gun?
Well, I've often
Probably
found
fucking
that.
not. They're stupid little green pieces of shit. It doesn't matter. If anybody tried to shoot the fucking thing, it's likely to goddamn explode in their hands in the first place. I was working on it. It wasn't done, but I want it back.
That's fine. We'll go get it. Don't worry.
Good. These pieces of shit in this goddamn town, I swear.
Actually walks by me, can I like try and trip her?
Sure.
I mean, you're small enough to like trip her with your entire body, so.
She looks
I
pretty
see.
good.
They,
like a
they look like they're both
I see.
halflings.
Sleight of hand, or
Give me a sleight of hand check.
What should we do? On that one.
This can only end well.
Still end poorly.
She gets a deck save.
That's a DC 12.
Oh, she crushed you, bro.
Yeah, she gives no shits. She sees you stick out your leg and just shoves you off to the side and walks past you. Get the fuck out of my way!
I make a
I
note
like that woman.
to follow and at least keep eye on where she's going.
She crosses a small bridge heading to the south side of town.
Don't worry. You know, it's often said that a mad woman with gold means that there'll be profit without return. So she's crazy. She'll pay for her gun.
You see her head down the street, turn to her left, and then disappear behind the trees.
You know what
Whether
they
she
say
pays
about
us or not, I'd like to see her again.
you know what they say about women from the south side.
Oh yes.
Little short for you, Sid.
I came
Not
in
much.
town looking for a gunsmith. I think that might be the one I'm looking for.
Oh,
You think
she
so?
is indeed the gunsmith here in town.
Gee, I don't know what made you go to that conclusion.
I think it's really important that we get our gun back and maybe not be such sticklers about money.
Well, I mean, certainly you don't just offer services for free.
Exactly.
And
Finally.
one must drive his own business, or the business will drive you. So,
Well, perhaps we can work something out amongst ourselves so that I can get the gun and take it to her.
oh well, certainly. I mean, we haven't even met. My name
By
is
the way,
Quark.
Good, let's keep it that way.
Hi, Quark. I'm Desmond.
Desmond, pleasure. I see that perhaps you have some artificer in you.
I am a gunsmith myself.
Oh, very good, very good. My brother is an artificer, very skilled, very talented. Who are your companions here?
Oh, jeez. Just to the left of me. No, there's no one to the left of me. Where'd everybody go?
We're both
Give
to
me a
your
second.
right.
Okay, so it would be Jaren and Tormund.
Yep.
Toman and Ryuji are the ones that traveled with you. You do not know
Okay.
Jaren.
So Toman and Ryuji. Ryuji's the T-Smith, right?
T. Smith. I've never thought about putting it that way. But yes, I am a man who studies the leaves for a host of beneficial effects. But I most often study the blade.
And I don't know too much about my friend Toman, but there you go.
This is a pleasure. You have Marcus here and Cinder, two finely skilled men with weapons.
Weapons.
Well, spells for Cinder, of course.
Cinder, do your eyes just glow red permanently? Like, if you just, like, constantly Cyclops them? Or...
I would say that it's kind of like a normal dark eyes, but like if you look deep into them, you might see like a little bit of a glow. It's not like fire eyes.
So, seeing you all as peers, Ryuji just kind of just sticks, a firm gripped hand out if anyone wants to shake his hand. He goes just down the line. Nice to meet you,
I'll
Quark.
shake your hand.
Oh,
Cinder.
Pleasure.
Marcus, was it?
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Name's Ryuji. And this is my good friend Toman. I have been friends for quite some time. Desmond, we met on the boat on over here. And you with the bandana. What's your name again?
and then Jaren still having that, that shit-eating grin. He'll like take your hand and give it a very firm grip. Like he smells of alcohol. Like obviously he's been drunk, but the grip is very firm as he smiles at you and he says, Jaren. Call me Jaren.
Nice to meet you, Jaren. Ryuji, I can tell you're a man who likes to have a good drink every once in a while as well.
Alcoholic.
Ah, yes.
Well, tea is one thing, sake is another.
Oh no, sake. No, that's a bit light for me. Good old
That's that
fashioned
rice
hard
liquor, isn't it?
rum.
Rice.
Yes, sake is rice wine.
Yes.
That's a bit light for me. I think a good hard, half orc guru rum. It's good for the soul, good for the stomach. Oh.
If
You ever want to have fun on a boat, give someone who's never been on a boat a pint of half working rum. What a doozy. Anyways, the goblins.
Yes, let's make quick work of these goblins and get this lady her gun back. Payment.
With that, you hear from by the gate, and one of the guards that issued you in before is now standing outside the gate. If you're all done with your introductions, are you ready?
As I'll ever be.
I believe so. I mean, are you coming with us?
No. The man that knows where the goblin encampment is the south side of town. Quark, he's the lumber master.
Oh, he's down by the
Praden?
mills.
Yes, Roger Praden. He should still be around. Go see him. He should be able to instruct you on where to go.
Oh,
Fair enough. Thank
quick
you for the
question.
info.
Sounds good. to
Totally
me.
forgot to ask this during the thingamajiggy because I didn't think about it till now. Are we actually tracking ammo for anything that's not a gun, like crossbows and bows? Are we good on that? Are we just...
No, you don't have to worry about it unless you are away from a town for a long extended period of time.
Or if you shoot everything in the same combat fight.
Yeah, but if you lose all your arrows for some reason, but I don't care if you track one at a time. It's mostly just if you're gonna be away from town for a month, then it
Pack
might become an
accordingly.
issue. But I assume that whenever you get back to town, you restock on your shit.
Okay, cool. Because I didn't give myself any an arrow count or anything. All right,
Okay.
cool.
I assume you're recollecting them after combat and stuff, and keeping a good supply. It's mostly just
Yeah,
when it
if we
comes
go
down
out
to,
on like a long trek, I'll buy some and pack accordingly.
Well, shall we?
So, Quark, you know that the lumber yards are down the southwest side
I
of
know exactly
town.
where the lumber yards are.
Oh, good. Someone who knows the
Also
way
know
around
where
town.
the mill is.
Let's go,
Yes.
Quark.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Hawk.
Come on, Tobin. This should be quick work. We can get started on what we came here for.
So, Quark, why didn't you come with the cockatrice if you love battle so? I thought
Well,
I thought
it's
you'd
not
have
that I
come.
don't like battle. I mean, the profit wasn't quite there, but surely 50 gold. Confirming deaths of goblins, and now, of course, with Swifta and the shotgun. I mean, this could be quite a profitable endeavor for us.
Let's hope
Yes,
so.
assuming you don't die in the process.
Oh, I have no worries about that. I am quite skilled in getting around. But often I find the people that are overconfident that rush into battle tend to get cut quite quickly.
If they don't know what they're doing, my friend, and then he'll take a flask out of nowhere, but it seems to have like the label, maybe the label or some sort of identity feature that it came from the waters. And then he'll just take a swig from it.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Let's see. I believe Jaren. As you,
Jaren,
as you
are you
start-
here?
He's there. As you start to walk down the street, Jaren, you notice a flash of movement in one of the windows of one of the buildings you're starting to pass by, as the door opens and a man with a bow strung across his back walks out the front door. Long green cloak, shaggy bearded face, and he turns to look at you. It looks like he probably saw you from the window as you approached. What is this lot?
He'll like take his mouth off the bottle and like, quick, your turn. And then he'll continue drinking.
Hello, Roger. It is I, Quark. We are here. As Roderick has said that you have some information on the goblin intrusions, as we're here to take and make quick work of them, so that we can get back here and enjoy the spoils of turning in that contract.
So you're going after the little green fuckers, huh?
Well, there's good money in it.
Great.
50 gold pieces. Ooh.
You know there's a decent amount of them. Probably 3 times your number.
Yeah.
Have they been becoming more and more violent as of recent days? Usually they tend to keep to themselves.
Yep. That's why I went and figured out where the little fuckers were hiding. But I'm not about to run my death, so I'll leave that to you all.
Fair enough. I would assume if we take care of this goblin, you and your crews will be able to continue their lumbering business.
Indeed. So, real fucking simple. West exit of town. Gets to the tree line. I've marked the trees, every 5. Above head height. About 6 foot up. You'll see a mark. Follow the mark, it'll take you to their fucking little hideout. You'll see a tent on the edge of a little pond. And that's where the ugly bastards stay.
Sounds good, sounds good.
Tent on the edge of a pond after following
Is
the
there-
markings every 5 trees.
Is there anything else that we could do to... Did they steal from your crews so you had to leave? Perhaps return some equipment that we find? For a fee, of course.
An axe or 2 have gone missing, but I don't give a shit about that. Seemed like they had piles of all kinds of crap at their little hideaway. I'm sure the maidens of the village would love their pots and pans returned.
Trinkets.
Sounds fair, sounds fair.
If you're out there past the tree line for more than 4 hours, then you're fucking lost.
Duly noted. As he like points the neck end of the bottle towards him.
I do appreciate the information, Roger.
Yep. Don't get yourself fucking killed.
Oh, trust me, I don't plan to do that.
Almost killed. Almost.
He stretches a bit and goes down and sits on his front porch and just looks at you. Well, are you going?
Yes, let us be off. I have somewhere nice to stay tonight.
I feel like everyone here is so rude.
Talon, it might just be because they've been having a hard life. Always remember, my father always told me that those that live a hard life end up becoming hard themselves.
Hard. Mm-hmm.
No, Toman, I have learned a good deal about the cultures out here. And one of the keys that I live by is never allow one's culture's laws or demeanors to get in the way of the universal goal in life.
What's the universal goal in life?
Well, the universal goal in life, of course, is profit.
See, GG, I told you, he's full of shit. I'm gonna start walking.
Ah, shit.
I don't want to be that kind of person, but I'm pretty sure he said west, not east.
I was just following the road and across the thing.
Yeah,
It might
you-
just like he meant like along the tree line this way, like west of town.
Yeah, like take the west exit out of town, so the road heading out west. You know there's not so much of a road heading out west, it stops relatively soon, but there are
Trails.
like tracks for carts and things that they're obviously
Oh,
hauling
there,
lumber
I
back
see
into
it.
town.
I like how we're just like jumping across this river.
That's fine.
It's fast travel.
You
Fast
guys,
travel.
you guys
Waypoints.
head out to the west side of town. You know it's only about a 20-minute
Oh my God.
walk or so before you actually start to hit the tree line. And as soon as you hit the tree line, right next to where the cart tracks are, you see up about 6 foot on one of the trees, there's a large cross marked into the wood, just carved into it with a knife or something, you can tell. And if you look further on, you can see, like, it sort of goes back and forth, left side or right side, but there's an obvious path that is being marked with these marks on the top of the trees.
It would seem that we have found the trail.
Yes, indeed.
It's about 2 o'clock or so as you start to head out, and you start traveling through the woods. You remember he said it'd be about 4 hours or so. Might be shorter than that, but he did say if you're out here for 4 hours longer, and you haven't hit it yet.
Went the wrong
Too
way.
far.
Yep. You guys start to travel. You guys want to talk anything while you're walking?
I would love to. I don't know if anyone else wants to as well.
Yeah, I'll speak if spoken to.
Darren will not really drunkenly, supposedly drunkenly, his drunk walk, leading the path slightly. Just swaggering about.
So, if we're gonna be fighting goblins together, what is it
Yes.
you all do anyway? I figure you probably hit things with that big sword of yours. You have a couple swords, it looks like. I know Desmond's pretty proud of his gun. I have my swords and bow. Cork, what do you do?
Well, you know, I am a bit of a wordsmith. I tend to inspire those around me and help in supporting type of roles. Obviously, never jump into the fray. I like to
So
keep
you
my
use
distance.
fucking magic.
Well, one could say magic, one could say panaz.
So you use magic.
Well, I
You don't have to
don't use
sugarcoat it, my
liquor.
friend. We get it. You use magic. Trust me. You don't have to dazzle us.
Well, it is not dazzling. It's just the way I choose to express myself. In the same way that you choose to squander all of the profits you could ever make into a bottle.
Fair enough, Mr. Treasurer. And then he'll have another bottle for some reason out of some unforeseen pocket.
So when's Jaren gonna have to start
and
making?
towards him.
When's he gonna have to start making con saves?
How much alcohol do you have?
Well, I mean, he's been drinking this much for 2 weeks, so I can't imagine.
I feel like if he
He's at
stops
least
drinking,
built
he'll
up
just go
some
into fucking.
resilience.
He'll go into
Drunken
alcoholic.
master monk.
He'll go into fucking
Drunken
alcoholic
master.
shock.
I've actually changed my class. Thought I was a rogue. I was actually a drunken master monk from the
Oh,
UI.
he went drunken monk.
Mm.
Could
Yeah.
be. Never know.
Maybe.
What about you? Is it Rayuj?
Ryuj, no. It's Ryuji.
Oh, Ryuji.
Ryuji.
Quite a unique name.
Yes.
Do you recall? Are you from Binshi's?
Ah, yes,
then?
out west.
Mm.
Way out west.
That is true. What do you do? I mean, I heard you. You said you were some kind of diviner. You were reading the leaves.
Oh, no. No, I do not divine anything from the leaves. I prepare them for, my goal is to get to the point where I can make them into potions, but for the time being, it's just a really nice tasting drink.
He makes tea.
I make tea. But in terms of dealing with those who would step against us, Ryuji just kind of, like, jostles his katana on his hip and just kind of, like, flicks it out just a smidgen with his thumb, and the glint of the blade catching the sunlight is just, it's very evident that's usually his go-to option for taking care of those that cause problems. Anyone that causes problems, and he shoots a look at Marcus.
Just a smirk.
Fair enough. So it sounds like we have a few folks that like to run into the fray and slash and cut, and others that like to stay in the back. You know, my friend, friend acquaintance, hopefully soon to be business partner Cinder here, has some quite spectacular abilities.
Ah.
So he uses fucking magic as well.
Yes, he nearly burned our previous target. He nearly burned our previous target to ash before he could turn it in.
Nice. Use that against the goblins.
Wasn't that the goal? Weren't you supposed to kill it?
Yeah,
Needed
exactly.
its head to pay the bounty. It's hard to pay with a lump of ash.
Well, you just have to move quicker and cut off the head then.
That's what I
Have you
told him.
considered telling him to not burn the head? Just burn his body and burn the legs or something?
Perhaps next time, Cinder, you start at the legs and allow the fire to work its way up.
Yes, I like how Cork thinks. See,
Perhaps
look,
next time.
He's a good treasurer, and he's a good tactician. I like you, Cork.
Perhaps next time this drunkard will be standing next to the cockatrice.
Well, now, I wouldn't suggest
It'd be a
that.
shame if his alcohol went up in flames, wouldn't it? Who burned
Yes.
all the
Hey,
rum?
hey.
Where's
I'm
all the
nothing
rum
special.
gone? That'll be him.
Jaren like points a finger at him. You keep your magic to you, and I'll keep my swords to me. Same goes to the rest of you. We
Words,
can all
friend.
keep our gold bags to ourselves.
Words after words, friend. Why don't you wait until you show us something before you speak again?
No. No need to be so brash.
Fiery.
I see that your personality also extends to your magic. Such fire. I like it. And he'll give him a wink.
As you push by a tree, Jaren and Ryuji, both of you hear something a little bit off in the distance behind some tree lines that you're about to cross. You hear
Is that like supposed to be goblin noises? Is that
Yeah,
supposed to
that's-
be dying pig?
It sounded like goblin noises to me. Sounds like we have goblins up ahead, guys. Keep your eyes
Oh,
peeled
boy.
and your ears
Well,
perked.
Jaren,
Should
now's
we-
your chance.
Should
Yeah.
we perhaps try to gain the element of surprise?
It is
I don't
always
know.
useful.
I mean, Fender likes talking a lot.
The only element we need is
Whoa, how
fire.
did you do that?
Magic.
Shift, left click.
yeah, hold down shift, hold down left.
You can just
And then
move
it
us.
pings everyone.
Alright, as you pass across the tree line, the goblin noises that you heard was no goblin at all. They were pigs.
Oh, nifty. Pigs.
Hey, look, I told you.
See a very large pack of pigs at the very edge of a clearing that you're about to crest into. Two very large species amongst the pack, and you see one of them nuzzling a pig that is laying on its side on the ground as you start to approach. Bork is dashed behind a tree real quick. What are the rest of you guys doing?
From this
Bunker for it.
distance, could I identify
Sure,
what
that's
the larger boars are?
I would imagine it's not that.
Give me a nature check.
Accidentally hit the edit button. Give me a second. Damn it.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. It looks like a normal boar, just of much larger size than your normal boar. You know,
It's
you do
trained.
know dire beasts, and you're not quite sure if this thing is actually like a dire boar or not.
Err on the side of caution.
Seems as if we're in luck. Dinner might be free tonight.
That is true. I fear, though, perhaps we could knock a few of them unconscious, tie them up, and on our way back we can butcher them, sell the meat for profit in town, earn a couple nights free.
You overcomplicate things, sir. It just saves you a price of a meal if you just eat it yourself.
Well, I'm not saying. Well, surely we don't need to eat 8 boars tonight. I don't think anyone's appetite is quite that large. Perhaps we could take the smaller ones, tie them up in the tree.
When
When
you
we come
cook,
back killing
when-
goblins, we bring them back into town and sell their meat for profit.
I didn't realize you were a butcher.
Well, I'm not a butcher per se, but obviously I have my connections. I know how to work around. There's a butcher in town.
Oh yeah, I can get them. I mean,
There's also a tanner as well. Perhaps we could sell these hides for a decent amount, or get them made into some nice traveling boots.
See, I like Quick. Quick is smart with money.
So, you all want
There's
to...
opportunity all around you. You just need to know where to look.
I'm sure we don't want to head off around them, perhaps to find the goblins. We don't want to... I think you'll have a better profit. Well, okay, the real question that motivates Ryuji's line of thinking is, were there other groups of people that were heading out to try to take care of the goblins, or were we the only people that are trying to get that bounty?
It seemed like you were the only people that approached the sheriff interested in his deal.
Oh, okay, then we have plenty of time then.
We do have plenty of time. Perhaps this would be a good chance for us to see how one another uses their own unique skills.
Marcus has taken his crossbow off his shoulders and gestures at the boars with it. Are we fighting or not?
Kill them. Charge.
Whoa. So
I like how Quick. I like how he thinks as well.
I think this is a great chance for us to learn one another what we can do, as I can certainly fire at one from this distance.
Maybe we should find the goblins first, and then we could lead them to the boar trap.
Well, the boars may not be here when we come back. It's better to take the large ones out and then try to make the smaller ones unconscious.
I'm assuming you were trying to hide from these boars at this point in time.
Oh, I'm totally like hiding
I'm
this
behind
tree.
this tree, yeah.
Give me some stealthy actions, y'all.
I wasn't really hiding, to be honest.
I mean, neither was Jaren, but
If they were all congregating into the trees, I wasn't going to stand out there by myself, though, so I would say I follow into the bushes if that's what they did. But they're pigs.
I'm just saying,
I mean, this is an open field. How would you conceal yourself?
I'm behind a little tree.
Yeah, I mean, there's a
Yeah,
bunch,
mostly
there's
just
a bunch
like,
of
are you
Yeah,
guys
with
concealment.
room
out-
for one,
There's a
maybe.
bunch of
Are you guys
concealment
out in
right
the
here.
open, or are you hiding behind trees, basically?
You can hide. Like,
I'm behind
tons
tree.
of space.
I'm
No,
not
no,
trying to hide. If I
Yeah,
were
let's say
happen to
I
be
hide
behind a
behind a
tree, I
tree.
guess.
Yeah, I'd be with Tobin.
And the
that's not
boars
bad.
charge.
Yep,
Out.
so no one is stealthing then.
I would be really surprised if I saw Jaren hiding after all that talk.
Well, it's not really hiding. It's more of a concealing.
Pigs don't seem to have noticed you quite yet. But you can
Kinda-
definitely see
not-
one of the larger ones, the one that was nosing the, looks like the dead boar on the ground, is very agitated and is squealing quite a bit. It's starting to sort of trample around on the ground around it.
Should definitely take out that one first.
I wonder what happened, honestly. It's a shame.
Well, perhaps if we can get to the body, we can see what killed it.
Hopefully they weren't poisoned. That'd be unfortunate. Can I
Begin
see?
saying,
Can I take a look and try to identify, like, see if I can see anything in the dead boar, or anything like that?
Yeah, give me a perception check with disadvantage.
I just figured it was gonna be really high DC, but okay.
That's just the mechanical way of saying it's gonna be hard. Yeah, you can't tell. The other boars are sort of swarming around its corpse, and all you can really tell is it's either asleep or dead, but these things seem agitated enough that it's probably dead.
Boars don't typically just drop dead. Usually we're the ones that kill them.
Surprise crossbow. And
When he says that, can I try and look around like the trees if I see anything that might have killed it?
Sure, give me a perception check. In all the trees around you, you don't see anything quite out of place.
All right. If you don't
kill the
charge, I'm
large
going to make
ones.
them charge us.
Cinder.
Well, I will fire at one of the large ones when the time is right.
All right, everyone that's going to attack from a distance, brace yourselves.
Yes, we will aim for this one on the right, on the
Go
left.
into melee.
on 3.
Brace yourselves. And Ryuji readies his
I think
sword.
3 is a good count. Are we ready?
3,
1,
2,
2.
1.
Jaren's already like
Three.
20 feet in front of you.
I missed. You missed.
Arrow bolts, crossbow bolts, and ray of frosts fly as they start to.
How does Cinder
God.
shoot 3 firebolts
Jesus.
at once?
Well, you got
I
a
meant to
crit.
kick Scorching Ray. I meant to kick Scorching Ray, but
I did not mean
What
to
the
shoot
fuck?
my crossbow. I meant to shoot my thunder cannon.
Man,
Alright.
it's one of
And
these
there's my
days.
first
See?
crit one.
Hey,
ignore the-
it's starting.
ignore the fireball.
Love
Also,
happenings.
everybody roll initiative.
Alright.
I've already got some on here, but they'll replace. It'll be fun.
Ah, top of the initiative.
What's up with people not having their pictures showing up for me? Are Jaren, Cinder, and Ryuji? Do you guys see their pictures?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like on the board.
Weird, they're not showing up for me. Must be my shit internet.
Hit
Probably.
reconnect.
But
Where do you get the +7
then
to
I could-
initiative
yeah.
from?
Yeah, how do you get like +7 in your int?
I'm rakishly audastic.
What?
So it's a swashbuckler thing.
Swashbuckler.
I think you get to add your charisma to your initiative.
Yeah. I'll beat him in a level.
Alright, now I need to see which ones are surprised. So, boars on the left. Surprise, big boar. Surprise, middle boars. Not surprised. Right boars. Surprise, big boar. Okay. So the only ones that seem to actually notice you guys sort of break the tree line and starting firing bolts are the 2 boars in the middle that both turn to you, go, and as the other ones, your attacks collide into them. So let's go through your attacks. Cinder is first off.
The firebolts. Ignore the firebolts.
Yeah,
I did this.
everybody just do your stuff again.
Okay.
Cinder will go in order.
Alright, I did Scorching Ray.
Make your attacks yet, Marcus. Ain't your turn, motherfucker.
I clicked it before you said in order. Sorry.
Alright, who are you shooting at?
I want to spread them along the front line.
Like Big Boar and the 2 ones in the front?
Yeah, that'll work.
They certainly all collide with the boars, screeching across the sky and just scorching the sides of them. Click your damages.
That
Big
was
boar
hot.
takes 6. Front boar takes 6. Big boar, left boar took 7. Right boar took 7.
Yeah, I kind of like lifted up my hand and like conjured the 3 scorching balls into my hand and threw them all at the same time, and 3 arcing beams that hit them all 3 of them.
Good. Well, it fucked up my health bar things. Let me just fix this real quick. This guy has 1 less health. Alright, next up, got Ryuji.
Is this like a surprise round or?
Yeah. All the boars are surprised. It looks like none of them seem to be prepared except for the two ones that make a little line in the middle. So this one and the one right below it seem to have noticed you as you were breaking the line, but all the other ones are trying to, looks like they're backing up and trying to get ready to charge at you.
Can I take part in the surprise round?
Yeah, we're just going in order. It's Ryuji's turn.
What order?
Oh,
Though?
then you skipped me.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the turn order because
I thought we
This
rolled.
is- Well, it's not the initiative order. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
What do you mean? We're on 22 for initiative.
Who's at 22 for initiative? I see Jaren at 20, a boar at 18, a boar at 17,
Yeah.
Bork,
Oh, I've got Ryuji
Marcus.
on here twice for some reason.
Ryuji at 11, Cinder
Yeah.
at 10, Toman at 6.
Alright, so Marcus is apparently on here twice too? Yep. Looks like
that's
it.
weird.
Alright.
That's weird because that's
Jaren
not
on here
showing up on
twice?
mine.
I think it's like old rolls that's stuck on the thing. Alright, Jaren. It is your turn.
Nice. Alright, look, 25. And then they're not near me, right? These two?
No.
Great.
Got a good 7 feet or so between.
Oh
You
shit!
just-
Got
Oh
you just
shit!
changed
I
your
forgot to
crit
turn
range.
back crit me.
You missed and you crit.
Crit on a 5, so,
Yeah, that was my bad.
Damn, I want that ability.
but you rolled an 11 to hit.
Yeah, I
That
forgot to
just-
turn back the crit
Just
range.
barely does not. You bring your sword across the face of this thing, and it knocks your hand away with its tusks.
I told you we should have
Hey,
think
fuck
before
you!
a
Why
battle.
is it giant?
Is it a very
And
large
then,
boar?
Maybe we should drink before a battle. But...
Well,
Swing your other sword around as its head is knocked back to the side, knocking your hand away, and you stab it up into the neck. Connect. How much damage do you do? 6 piercing damage as you stab into this
Plus
thing's
7.
meaty neck.
Can sneak attack.
Oh yeah, because you're a swashbuckler.
Not hard.
As you dig your sword around even deeper within this thing's neck, you see this thick blood just goop out onto your sword, and the thing squeals in pain.
And then, how much movement do I still have? 15. And then I just, with that slash, I just turn on my heels and saunter away.
Damn. Oh, that's. How do you have 40 movement speed?
That's 20 plus 15. I mean 25 plus 15. I'm variant half elf.
So you get 40 movement speed?
No, I have 35.
You should
You
have
moved.
5
It took
minutes.
25 to go up, and then 15 to go back.
It'll be 10
25 plus
No,
15
no, I actually have
is
5.
40. Yeah.
There you go. Your swashbuckleredness lets you evade the thing, but also the fact that this beast simply does not comprehend this attack and does not even seem prepared for it, and does not get reactions either way. It skips its turn as the 2 bulls in the middle and charge toward you, colliding into your body.
Wow.
They're both trying to gorge you with their tusk attacks as they charge. Tusk,
No, that
tusk.
hits. That miss.
First one. Seemed to. Let's see how far he charged. Seemed like he did not get quite enough speed to really jam into you, but you do take the 6 slashing damage as his tusk dig deeply into you. Walk!
I'm going to shoot at the large boar shark bow. And miss horribly.
The short range on short bow.
80.
60? Or is it 80?
It's 80.
Is it 8? Oh, it's 80. It's right there. Yeah, plenty of range, but yeah, it just flies over the large boar's head, unable to connect. Anything else you want to do?
Let's see, 9. Nope. No, I'll hold off. I'll wait and see.
Nope. Marcus.
Okay, crossbow attack.
Roguish figure charge forward, slash the beast, and then retreat.
Hold
And
on,
it hit
pulling up my
pretty
character.
hard.
Reload the page.
Reloading.
Q.
Who are you shooting?
I'm shooting the large boar on the left.
All right, that certainly connects. You shoot over Jaren's shoulder as this large beast is colossus in nature and stabs into
5
it,
piercing.
dealing 5 damage.
And if I ignore the reload, can I just put that away and pull out my glaive?
You'll have to drop it on the ground and pull out your glaive.
You have to throw it on the ground, bro.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
sheath and pull out a weapon at the same time.
Well, you could sheath it this turn, and then on your next turn, draw the glaive, and then walk in and hit stuff, right?
You can do that.
Yeah. Because as long as you're gonna be using your
Drawing
glaive,
a weapon. Yeah. Would that be my bonus action to do that?
it
No,
would be an
it's
interaction.
It's just your one free item interaction, but you only get one. So you can use this turn's one, and then next turn you can use your other one to pick up your glaive. It just means you're going to be unarmed right now till the start of your next turn.
I'm far enough away that won't be too much of a big deal. So yeah, I'll just sheath my crossbow and go 1, 2, 3, just to get 4, 5, 6, just to get a little closer.
Look at it. So you run forward, trying to hitch your crossbow back to your back, and Ryuji, it's your turn.
So, in a yellow flash, let's see here.
Yellow flash, you fucking weeaboo.
I fucking loved his dad, man. He was so cool. That's actually why I went with this character. I was like, holy shit, I get to be whatchamacallit. People that have played monks, you get key points on long rest or short?
Short.
Oh, fuck
Short.
yeah. Haha, burning key point. I'm going to go ahead and sprint forward here.
Step of the wind.
Nah, I'm not stepping in one thing. I'm going to burn a key point for, I can do flurry of blows, right? Yeah.
That's like your bread and butter.
Yeah. So I'll step up here and make an unarmed, like, I'll just do like a sweeping leg kick as I'm moving forward at this board.
Certainly a hit. You just connect into the side of it, and you just feel and hear its ribs just crack under the kick, and it just collapses onto the ground.
Yeah. Jam be like, brutal.
How far did I move? Like 20 feet?
Yeah, I think you got 10 left. Well,
Nah, I got
almost,
50
so
feet.
You got more than that. Yeah, you got more. Oh man.
Go wherever you like.
And then I'll sprint up. I will I'll do a spinning kick on the one I'm passing.
Okay. That certainly hits. 6 damage. You just kick its back left leg out from under it. You can hear a nice crunch. Maybe a bone broken as it tumbles onto its side for a second before righting itself again.
Oh god. And then I will use my my bonus action unarmed strike as I take the attack action on this big boar in front of me. So I'll hit him with a shoulder charge first.
Oh, so you flurry to blows those 2 guys, and now you're making just your normal attack.
Correctamundo.
15 will hit.
So I'll hit him with a shoulder charge, hopefully opening up his guard as I draw my katana and swing at him in one smooth motion, missing horribly.
How do you have 4 attacks?
Not level 5 yet, motherfucker.
Oh,
You don't
yeah,
have-
that's right. No, wait, I thought, no, it's bonus action for the unarmed strike, I thought.
It's bonus action also for flurry of blows. You can't do both.
Oh, okay, nifty.
1 bonus action.
So you pull out your sword, but you are winded from the run and the attacks, and you were unable to get a strike in.
Yeah, so I'll just have my sword out, yeah. Which means I have plus
Send
2
that.
AC.
I already went.
Since I attacked with an unarmed strike as
I
my
w-
attack action.
Oh yeah, because I need to delete your 23 other roll.
Yeah.
Alright.
I didn't have that.
Toman, it is your turn.
Just gonna pull out my rapier and kind of
Rapier.
like lay my hands across it and just whistle and start to vibrating. Activate my blade song for my bonus action. Can't really hit anything, so I'm still run. Well, 35, and then I'll just take the dash option and just move right next to Luigi. And then in my turn.
See the small man seem to whistle to his blade and strangely like glide across the grasses as he runs forward with a strange speed for a very short man.
Good to see you, Tobin.
It's the other large boar's turn as it tries to get its
Wait.
bearings, but it is still surprised. Same with the other ones.
I rolled a 5 for my initiative, so I think I'm supposed to be before that boar.
Oh, you weren't. Did you have your token selected when you hit it?
Token selected.
Oh, there you go.
You don't exist.
All right, cool. That's fine. I'm far enough.
Yeah, I'll add you in here 1 second.
Just hit it again, and then you can change the number to.
I got it.
Okay.
Now you gotta drag
There
him up.
it is.
Oh, it's not sorted though. Fuck! God damn it!
There you go.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Did you just
There we go.
remove me
Desmond's
from
turn.
the initiative?
Yes. Yes, he did.
Did I?
Yeah, the 20,
did.
the 20 Jaren is gone.
Well, what the fuck? Alright, well, it's Desmond's turn as I re-enter.
Oh shit.
Who are you shooting with your thunder cannon?
I'm shooting the large boar all the way in the back. That one.
Good shot.
That
And,
is certainly a hit with your thunder cannon.
Thundercats.
9 damage as you all right next to you. You hear just this crack scream out as shrapnel flies through the air and collides, dealing 9 damage to the face of this boar. You see just this bloody mess on its face appear.
And that's it. That's all I got.
Negative.
This range is pretty crazy. I've never dealt with this kind of range in
That is
D&D
that is
before.
pretty insane range.
It's good damage too.
500 feet.
Yeah.
2d6 plus thunder. That's good damage
I mean, it's pretty much 3d6.
every turn.
I'm still within threat range, so it's all good.
Yep. You
Attack
stumble
1.
around the boar that just got its leg kicked out from under it.
Attack 1 on big boy.
Boar is not a hit. Swing out, and the boar once again catches your blade and scrabbles with you. But the second blade comes in again in the same bloody neck hole. Stab into it, and it is just.
Damn.
You almost fucking slit its entire throat.
Said
And
that.
Oh yeah, I did that.
bleeds
Like
out on the ground.
I fence with my left hand, but then I come underneath and I stab in the esophagus with my right.
Yeah. Just a bloody mess just spills out of a line in its neck, and it collapses onto the ground. So it is its turn. It's dead.
And I have one movement. One movement to do what?
What else are you doing?
Well, I mean, I can't really do much, so.
Alright, the boar behind you turns around and gores out. The pain screech as you see its back left leg limp a bit with the pain as it tries to gore you. 18 to hit,
Ow.
dealing 7 slashing damage with his tusk. And Quark, it's your turn.
Good. Move up. There. I'm going to shoot at the big one.
Yep.
And nope.
Not quite. It sinks into
Okay, guys,
just the
so-
dirt right in front of it.
I'll
You
get
think
above
you
a
were trying to go
5
for the head
sometime
and
tonight.
just... Not quite. Marcus.
Okay, can I use my full action to use a bonus action?
No.
Really?
Correct. You only get one bonus action a turn.
Can't sacrifice
Bonus action
my
is a bonus action for a reason.
Well, you turn a bonus action.
Okay, fine. Okay then, as my free item interaction, I will draw my glaive. As my bonus interaction, I will... damn it, I just lost connection. Damn it, rolled 20, just lost connection, so you might not
What are you
see me.
doing?
Let's see, I am moving 1, 2, 3, 4,
We see you.
5, 6. You see me moving?
Yeah, see your line.
That's
That's
Quark's
my
line.
line.
No, we do not see.
You moving up to the boar that's behind Jaren?
So anyone we can get to.
No, hold on, just give me a second. Damn it.
What's your max movement speed? Unless you're gonna dash, you can only get to one board.
I'm not dashing. I'm using my bonus actions to do my right storm.
Okay.
There we are. Did you see?
Take 3 damage.
Have I moved yet?
Nope.
Oh, come on. I do not want to have to reload this page. There we go. Have I moved yet?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, there we are. I'm going to use my full movement speed to get up to there. As my bonus action, I am going to use my right storm. I'll just kind of, as I pull my blade out, I'm going to intentionally cut my left hand with it, just coating the entire thing in red lightning. So -3.
Good.
Ugh,
There.
it still disgusts me.
Yes,
Marcus just
across the blade.
Marcus just kind of chuckles at the pain and the reaction Cinder gets, and just holding it at the ready because Polar Master, if anything comes at me, it's gonna get hit.
You still have your main action.
I still have my main action.
Yeah, you could have
All
moved
you
up
did
to a
was
boar and
walk
hit
bonus
it.
action.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, I was gonna sacrifice it, but okay then I'll just. Is this boar here still alive?
It is
Yeah.
indeed. Just gouging at Jaren.
Okay then I'm gonna make 2 attacks. One as a normal attack, one as my Rite of the Storm, and one as a Polar Master.
Polar Master takes bonus action. You already used your bonus
Okay,
action.
then never mind. Just
Yeah.
the Rite of the Storm attack.
That's crit.
20. It's a dead boar.
Wow.
Oh yeah. You did what? 31 damage? I'm pretty sure it's dead.
Nope,
just-
it just tanks the hit.
You use your reach on your pole arm to jab out at this creature and stab it right in the side. You hear a "Eh!" and then the back side of this thing just explodes in a shower of guts and gore as electricity just blows through its body.
Just-
And it is super dead.
Just somewhere, like another board just died too.
Just explodes from
You like-
It hit
lightning.
so hard its grand
Smells like bacon.
felt that.
Yeah, it did. Nice job.
Gore splatter across
Oh my God.
the ground.
Ah, I love the hunt.
Ryuji, it's your turn as you hear this weird sparkling
Yeah,
electricity
Ryuji's-
spark behind you, and then just
Yeah, Ryuji was
How do the other board just not run in fear?
Marcus just has a almost feral grin.
Oh, Jesus.
He is very
It's
much
okay.
in hunt mode.
Jaren also has the same grin. Less feral, more shit eating.
Yeah, he was going to kick out at the boar behind him, but now the gore behind him is more than sufficient. As he'll step up between these two. Since we don't have flanking, they don't have flanking, right? Cool. All right, cool. So he'll come up here, and he'll take the attack action with his sword at the big boar.
that is a hit.
Sweet.
Tries to block your blade with its tusks, but it's not a very agile beast.
Just outmaneuver it.
Slice across its head. 11 damage.
And then, as a component of as like following up the motion of my like slice against him, I just kind of spin around and kick the boar behind me.
All right. That'll hit. Yep. 8 damage. As it tries to rear around to get at you, you just kick it right in the face. You can see an eyeball like pop out of its skull as it collapses onto the ground.
I just hear its neck break as well, as my shin connects with its face. God, playing a monk is fun as fuck. All right. Yeah, I'm good.
Cinder.
Yeah, so in a bit of contrast to the people grinning merrily about the fight, I'm just a lot more businesslike. So I, charge up another fireball in my hand, except for this time, as I throw it, it disappears, and then it kind of just appears in the face of that boar.
Alright. Gonna say it's got +2 for cover. Does not matter. Takes 9 fire damage as Ryuji, you see just this spark of fire just appear in front of you and scorch the front of this creature all about its back. it starts to sizzle a bit. Smell that nice burning hair smell.
Not a pleasant one. You need some
Oh, man.
eucalyptus after this.
What is your turn?
Everything's dying. I don't get to do anything.
You can get in here and finish off this big boy, Tillman.
Nah, you got that. I'm gonna run over here. This big, just gonna like hop over that guy. I'm going to stab him with the booming blade. And it does not have an attack on me.
Like,
Wait, is that how that works? I don't know.
back in there.
It's just
You have to roll to attack first.
That
There you
will
go.
hit. 5 damage. What does your
No.
booming blade look like when it connects?
Well, no, he only takes the 2 if he moves. So he only takes 3 damage right now.
Oh, that's right. It hasn't leveled up yet. Alright.
Well, not 3 plus 3, so 6 damage. Apparently, it doesn't want to hack my stuff correctly.
Damn math.
And then,
So it actually took 1 more.
I'm gonna step back. Goodbye.
Do you have...
I do not.
Alright, gives attack of opportunity as you stab into this creature. Strange vibration appears on the wound.
Actually, as he runs away, I see what he's doing, and I use my blood curse of the eyeless amplified, so this creature gets disadvantage on its attack against the little half man.
When you take, like... You have to take your right damage, right? Like a DU4?
Yeah.
Yes.
7 damage, or 7 to hit, does not connect with Toman as it tries to lash out with its tusks as you run away. As you see this weird red blackness appear on top of its eyes as it lashes out.
Nah.
It seems to almost like leak off of its face.
He has the attack has to be against Marcus. I mean, it would miss with a 7 anyway, but
No,
you can't.
he amplified it.
If I amplify
true.
it, I can make it. I can do it with any creature I want within 30 feet of me.
Neato.
Yep, yep.
You just get to amplify it for free.
Now he has to pay the
takes
health.
damage. Yeah. He hurts himself.
How much damage you take? D4, right?
Roll your D4, see how much damage you take.
4.
I'm guessing 2.
Ah,
3
we're
I
damage.
put up on pool.
Blood boils.
so he wouldn't have taken damage, and he didn't.
Well, I didn't know that, and I wanted to use a blood curse.
Yeah.
Desmond, it is your turn.
I reach over to the middle of my gun, pull back this large lever that makes a large clacking sound, and the barrel glows. And I take aim again, and I will shoot at the boar that is pretty much unscathed, all in the back there. Maybe use the ruler to point it out. That one.
I gotcha. Yeah.
And
Probably gonna have. Well, was gonna say it was gonna have +2 to AC because there's a very large dead boar in front of it and Jaren, but doesn't matter. You fucking thread the needle, fire your shot through it, and it is definitely connects. Oh yeah, 18 damage. Its head just fucking explodes.
Nicely done.
Just disgusting chunks.
yeah, that's max damage. Yeah, that's 2 6. Yeah, 2 6s.
Oh wow.
Just fucking skull explodes.
Well, no, that's not max. Max.
Not max. Your dex brings it up
16.
to... Yeah.
If he had a
The max damage you could do would be 22.
Well,
Oh.
Very
it's
nicely
the
done.
giant boar's turn.
Oh, shit.
Hell, if I don't get to die yet.
And lashes out at you, Ryuji, with your insane AC. 24 to hit.
Ooh, he's gonna hit you!
Does
I think that
15
19
slashing
is
damage.
more insane.
15 slashing damage as this giant boar just swings its head with a massive slam against you, and one of its tusks just jigs up underneath into your stomach, and just you feel the skin rip as it pulls its tusk back out.
Yeah, it just came right underneath my little chest plate lion face. Fuck. Oh, that hurt. The fuck?
Eviscerated.
Why can't I change my health on the thingy? Do you have the... Is everyone else able to change the health on the token? Or is everyone else doing it through the character sheet?
I'm able to do
I'm
it.
doing character sheet.
I got you.
There we go.
I did.
I didn't
Minus
check
15 fucking damage. Okay.
Come on, you just got half health.
I know I did. Fucking hurt.
And it is the other boar's turn. Seeing the larger beast being attacked and his larger one, or smaller one just slain, it also attacks you. Not enough room to charge, but it is also trying to gore at you. 20 to hit for 3 slashing damage as it pierces into your leg with its tusk.
Yeah. Price you pay for getting a bunch of kills.
Okay, I chaos.
Last boar, not being able to see any other targets really behind its dead giant friend, is going to attack Jaren.
Yeah.
Now he takes 2 damage.
14 to hit. Does that
Yes.
hit? Misses. You're able to parry its tusk with your blades. It's your turn.
Okay. Toss an attack at it.
That will hit. 10 damage. You just cut off its head. As it falls
Yes,
to the ground.
eviscerate. That's good. No, come over. Running the curve her feet, and then 9.
That will certainly connect. Do 9 damage. Just cut up the side of this thing as it squeals in horrible pain. It does not look like it's in a good state. Its face has been shot. There's a big bullet wound that just clips across its face. It's got slash marks in its face. Now it has these bleeding wounds on its side.
And then we'll whoosh, pop back out with a little flourish.
It's Quark's
Does your
turn.
attack connect, or do you just need to make the attack?
I just need to make the attack.
Yep, just need to make the attack.
Neat.
Same thing for mobile.
Hyper fancy purple.
Yeah, this is a new
Pushes
campaign.
forward.
Nil Alam. It's kind of like a western.
Connect. Who are you shooting at?
Oh, I thought you killed the big boar.
Nope. It is in a
Let's see what the
very
big
rough
boar-
state, but it's still standing.
Yeah, but it's kind of like a western.
If I
This is
got,
session
like-
0. We literally
Yeah,
just
if I
started.
didn't have to burn my name
I tweeted
in.
out about it,
would,
letting everyone know that we're
went
starting
for
at about
That is
5.
certainly enough to kill
So you could have
the
seen
beast
like
as
the
it
whole
sort of
premise
stumbles
bit.
backwards a bit
So
from
sorry
the
that you
pain.
missed that.
Another
But yeah, you
cross
caught it
down
literally
arrow,
right
flies
at the perfect
into it,
time as we're
sticks it onto
wrapping
the
up
side,
this
it
combat.
squeals its last squeal and collapses onto the ground.
And then I will cast Healing Word on Rage.
It's 7 health wounds.
Thanks for that, Quark. You
Don't
definitely
worry,
have a
the
way with
bill is in the
words.
mail.
I don't have an address yet.
Oh, you will. I'm done.
Marcus.
It's not a big problem, my friend. We'll
And I'm
be
still connected to
going
you.
live
Yay.
this
One,
game every Sunday at
2,
about
3,
5.
4, 5. I'm gonna. Am I within 10 or 15? 10 or 5 feet of it? I can't really tell. It's kind of on the line.
You're in 5 feet of it. It's fine.
Then I'll be 10 feet. Take advantage of this range. So, and I will make 2 attacks with it because I still have my bonus action this turn. Finally. Let's see now. Rite of Storm and Rite of Storm Polearm. I think it's dead.
Jesus! You've attacked twice and crit twice.
Yeah, well, the first one's not a crit, but yeah, that first one does 12 points of damage, and the other one does a lot, does a bit more.
Yeah. Just the first attack, you slice into its hindquarters, and it's just a horrible, grievous wound that it would not survive. And the second punch is just knocking over the dead body as electricity courses through it, and it falls dead.
He's just still has his just a hunter's grin on, just reveling in this. He enjoys the kill.
Everything seems to have been felled.
Oh, Ryuji, I need to take a nap. Because I have to go to work.
Ah,
Then Ryuji and Jaren, out of the side of your eye, up in the tree line to the north, you see movement as you see small figures dashing northward.
dashing northward away from
And
us?
that is where, yes,
Gotcha.
and that is where we will end our session.
Yay! Ice cream for everyone!
Pew!
Shank, 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 shank.
Slash.
Oh, gotta love.
Slash.
There's nothing more satisfying than high roll sneak attack. Ah, it's the
Yeah.
best thing in the world.
Fucking shanking some bitches.
My right did stuff. Yeah.
It did do things, and as long as if we just go, like your right just keeps going until you
Right goes
Rest?
until I dismiss. Right goes until I dismiss it, or my weapon leaves my hand. There's no real listed time limit on it.
Oh, cool. So you can just take your Rite of Storm into the fucking goblin fight and just have it be up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I could, but if I take a short rest, I'm assuming I'm gonna have to. I
Yeah,
guess
if you take any type
I
of
will
rest.
self-impose the fact that it'll go away with the short rest because, I guess it's kind of a pseudo concentration.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Kind of like with like a warlock temporary hit points, the time that it says it goes away.
The only thing I will do is I will put a note here that this is the pig that died or was dead when you arrived. You said you wanted to look at, so
Yeah,
just remember
I had
to do
a-
that next time.
An inkling of suspicion. Usually you don't just find one lone dead pig in a group of pigs, and all the other pigs are panicking around it, and etc. etc. I'm sure we're gonna find a black
and-
shafted arrow in it. See ya, Toman.
Hey, Brandon, I'm gonna use that like half-heart symbol to signify that I have the right action because it takes away maximum hit points.
Yep. Works for me. Alright. Any concerns or anything?
Is there a fruit market in town?
There's
Like-
a butcher.
There's a butcher and there's a general store.
Okay, so well, I guess we'll try to go there for fruit after this.
Can we like, do I have to avoid doing that to pigs if we want to harvest stuff from it? Because it looked like it blew up into pieces. Like, did I totally fuck that up?
It's okay, I got mending.
Oh my fucking god.
I mean, like, its skull is just a bloody, disgusting mess, but the rest of it's fine.
Oh, okay,
The
good.
whole
Yeah,
thing
that's fine. We
didn't-
No,
don't
like
need to
this
eat
one.
We don't eat boar hit brains, man.
That was-
No,
that was one
that
Marcus
one is
hit.
just like, yeah, that one.
The
is
one
just
that Marcus hit is inedible. Like
I'm not hauling back a
Ah.
carcass.
If it wasn't one,
Save the
it would be
meat, you
scorched.
fool!
I'm not hauling
it's
back a
already-
carcass
I
for
mean-
3 copper worth of meat.
I mean,
Bunny.
already
literally all that
I
meat
mean-
and hides and tusks, that's like probably like one night in the freaking Waters place.
Yeah, boy, I'm high rolling.
Yeah, I'm just gonna collect the hides and take them over to the tanner.
Well, I mean, I
The
left the
hides and
body. I
tusks.
left the body of this boy relatively intact. I just went for the head.
So I'm assuming
It takes a long. It'll take a long time to get those hides, and it's not easy to
Survival
do.
proficiency. I have it.
Oh, me too.
That's good. I have nature, not survival.
What's your plus to survival, Marcus?
not nature.
What's your plus to survival?
Plus survival, I think, is 4.
Yeah, +5. All right, cool. So we should be able to get some of these hides off anyway. It's a job for Chun Chun Maru.
Change my fucking push talk button because having it on middle mouse
You
button
named
is
your
really
knife
fucking up
as
the image.
well.
Huh?
You named your knife Shun Chimara.
He names his stuff everything.
Yeah, my Wakazashi.
Yeah.
Chun Chun Maru.
Yeah, +4 survival. I know. Character sheet.
I like how Michael could roll nothing but ones in the other campaign, and now he rolls.
I mean, he
nothing
opened.
but 20s in this
He
one.
opened with a 1 in this, and I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
shit, here we go." Yeah, light
Yeah, but
crossbow
then the
with a
final
5.
kill of the session was. Then the final kill of the session was me critting.
Indeed, it was.
This little intro combat for me to gauge the power level. You guys are. Bitch.
That's what I figured what you were doing.
Yeah,
Although,
Throwing my
although I
survival.
was counting on 6 people, not everyone being here. I thought one person was gonna be gone, but whatever.
Yeah, I got here just before we started playing. Yay.
I mean, I thought Damien was not gonna be here. Which, having a rogue.
I don't blame you because I got
It's
that
lost.
date wrong, so that was my bad.
Yeah, but it's fine.
I'm glad we
I
have
stuck in a couple extra boards.
a couple of melee people. We have like what 4 then? 4 over 3.
Yeah.
That's good for when we
Yeah,
have
3 to 4.
Yeah, because Alan's not gonna be able to make it every session.
God, I can't
Light
believe the
singer.
range on a thunder cannon. Holy crap!
How are we going to explain Toman not being
Yeah, it's insane.
time? Is he just going to be...
Well, he's an archaeologist, so the sessions where he's just not here from beginning to end, he's gonna be like off
found
doing
a ruin
he's gonna
somewhere.
be doing off like safe archaeology things, and then he'll come back when he is here.
Like next session, I'm basically just gonna say that he went back to the town for now.
Yeah.
He took the boys.
Yeah, he carried all the boards in the meat man, all by himself.
Yeah, he's gonna take
This
that.
little... What is he, a halfling or no? I can't remember.
He's a halfling. Oh, you'll be here next session. Sweet. Need your help killing these goblins. You're our tank, Toman.
Oh, so it's just Damien that's gonna be missing next time.
Yep.
And Damien's the one that's gonna go back to town.
Yeah, I didn't expect those boars to hit for so hard. Otherwise, I would have capitalized on my fighting style more, like Jerry was doing.
I almost took a mutagen, but by the time it was my turn and I was actually able to use one, I'm like, there's only one left. I won't take it.
Is it a short or a long rest that you can get your max HP up again?
You're on vacation.
Everybody's aware that our
I
next
get my
session is
max
on Father's
HP.
Day, right?
My
Hmm?
max
Oh, yeah, I was gonna mention that.
he restores when my right is dismissed. I do not regain hit points, but my maximum returns to normal.
Oh, okay.
Is everybody okay with Father's Day next Sunday?
Yeah, my dad's going to Hawaii with his fiance.
I'll be here.
Like an hour or two later, I should be fine. But like 5 o'clock is dinner for my family. Like I'd have to leave Father's Day dinner.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was kind of strange that we were gonna do that. I mean, doesn't matter to me, but
I'm good.
others, I'm sure.
No, I'm down to play.
1, 2, 3, 4.
My dad's gonna be
Damon's
in
already
Hawaii.
gone.
So.
I'm down to play too. It's just I'm gonna have to deal with the disappointed views my parents say.
You can say no. You don't have
Yeah.
to guilt trip us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not forcing you to play, my friend.
but I want to.
Oh, okay. Well, then you have to make that decision for yourself. So just,
Yeah.
just
Yeah, I have a week then. Just pencil me in. Yes, sir.
Brennan's
Yes,
not on. Say it in Discord.
Oh no, his Discord crashed.
Yeah, his Discord crashed. Poop.
So then it's just
Stormblood,
Damien,
Early action. What?
Damien, and maybe Marcus being late. But
You taking off work for? Are you taking off work for fucking Final Fantasy, Nick? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what this is? Ugh.
Back.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
But what
Marcus-
I was saying. Is it gonna
Marcus said.
Nick,
He said he could play, but it's gonna be our fault that he loses his dad.
What a
much.
beautiful way to
Oh,
put
yeah,
that.
yeah. That's basically what he said.
It's basically what he
Basically
said.
He's gonna play, but he's basically gonna get disowned by his parents in the process.
Yeah.
I mean, is it gonna be a reoccurring problem starting at 5 for you?
no, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be at all. Just this one time because Father's Day, and we might. I think we're doing Father's Day early since we're on vacation. Like do while we're on vacation instead of back home.
like, seriously, like, do your parents work? Did you win the lottery? Like,
No, we work. We are, I would say, mid
like
to
mob
upper middle
bosses,
class.
or like, it's like every time we talk, it's like, yeah, well, I was on vacation in the Keys, and then vacation at
I
the
would
beach,
say
and then
that my
next week I'm on vacation too, and
We're not rich. Like we can't just throw money at problems. No, I'd say we're mid to upper middle class. Like we can afford. And my parents run their own business.
so they just take the whole
They want
summer
to take
off.
a week off,
Yeah, I
they
mean, that's
just
what-
schedule
that's
somewhere
what,
else and go, you know.
That's what Mel's parents do because her dad started his own business, so they're traveling the world right now.
My dad's got a ton of money, but that doesn't mean I do.
Right?
Doesn't give me nothing.
That's the same situation for me. Both of my parents have tons of money themselves. I'm fucking broke.
Yep.
My dad is an
Spend it
attorney
on
and owns his
D&D
own business.
managers.
Doesn't mean he has money.
Now, my smart decision was finding a girl whose parents spoil her, so she has tons of money.
There you go.
Yeah.
True. Well, yeah.
Get your cable bill covered and whatnot.
Parents, rich
I don't
parents
pay
will
the cable
always
bill. I don't even
give.
have a cable bill, bro.
Yeah.
They pay
Rich
that
parents
shit.
will always give their daughters money before they give their sons money.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's just the way it works.
Good deal, yo.
No, it was good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was the right amount of everything.
Oh yeah, dude, I was really impressed with your commitment to making pig noises. I was
Oh yeah.
I was,
love doing
I was,
noises,
I was,
man.
getting, I was getting a little, what's the name of that fucking movie? I was getting a little scared. Squeal! Squeal! It's like, oh my god, no, please.
Deliverance.
Oh no!
Deliverance.
No! I'm gonna make you squeal like me.
I was like, oh my fucking god.
I love doing monster noises.
I'm glad you're very visceral with the monster noises and the descriptions.
I like how in touch the group was. Oh yeah, that definitely sounds like goblins.
I mean, I said it was a pig.
Yeah, he did.
I was like, hey, you got it right. They're like, no, I'm pretty sure they're goblins. Like, well,
No, the guy said
No,
goblins.
no.
That's
the drunk,
goblins.
The drunk rogue pirate is never right. It's ridiculous. Why would it be a pig? It's a pig. Actually, no. Technically, I was wrong too when I said pig. It's technically boars. But
Yeah. Just big old fucking 15 damage boars. Really high to hits.
Brendan, read what Nick just said.
Oh my god.
doing all the purring.
Oh yeah.
You have to be super realistic and French about it though, like
I'll certainly be a little bit less nice for the sneak attacks or the the surprise round stuff.
Yeah, I think that was a big thing.
I was like, I'm not really stealth, and I'm like, fuck it, let them have their surprise round this time around.
they're too busy like concerning
Well,
themselves with the dead boar.
What perception of boars? Like,
I was rolling that
He
too,
was
but they
rolling
were
it.
rolling like garbage, so.
I mean, if it had been a real,
yeah,
if
if
it was
they
a
weren't
real-
animals.
I would have like hit if it was like goblins and we want to attack them, but it was pigs. So I'm like, come on, guys, it's pigs.
I rolled the
I'm only-
perception like 3 times while you were talking. It was just like 3, 4 again. I'm like,
Yeah.
alright, fine. They still don't see you.
Yeah.
They were mourning their lost
60
friend.
feet away.
They're just too upset to know what's going on around them.
Yeah, we're like 80 to 100 feet away. If they're not paying that much attention, they might not notice us.
We were like 60 feet.
Yeah, we were 60.
No, they're gonna switch to super intelligent Spartan pigs, and they're gonna form like a defensive circle around the dead pig and be on high alert, scanning the tree line for whoever shot it.
Were
What the hell?
pigs.
I know phalanx were Roman, but
Boy,
phalanx big.
Phalanx. Oh my god, Phalanx was Greek.
Shut up, okay? It's been a while since I've done history.
You don't really
I'm in-
do history, I mean, like.
I'm gonna be taking side.
Do you do poison?
We're not gonna be talking too much about-
Omen does poison.
Omen does poison. Omen does poison very well. But yeah, great session. I had a great time. It was fun. I didn't think
Yeah, I enjoyed
I didn't
it.
think I'd be able to get that much enjoyment out of like 3 hours of compressed everything. It was like a sandwiched session of
It was only like an hour of actual gameplay.
yeah, exactly. We got like smitterings and smatterings of RP at the beginning, but
Smitterings and smatterings of boar pieces too. You're welcome.
no, yeah. Well, yes, congratulations. You did gore that boar very nicely.
Oh, yeah.
Gore the boar.
I'd hope that you would be able to do that.
I didn't know Artificer Gunsmiths did so much damage.
Oh yeah.
I didn't either. Holy shit.
Yeah, they ripped that apart.
Yeah, they're balanced that they don't get extra attack, so
Yep.
that is what they do. They hit once really hard.
So he's
They
gonna be
are-
really good until 5, and then it even.
It is. Yes. Yeah.
It's basically like
think it's
rogues. You have
stronger.
your one really hard hitting attack.
Does your thunder damage scale?
Except I
at
can
least?
bonus action a second attack.
Yeah, but you don't get sneak attack and bonus attack.
Yeah.
You actually do.
I'm
I
not
get-
gonna be very good until level 6.
Oh my god! I just realized how broken a rogue tunnel fighter would be. Holy
I
fuck!
know, right?
Holy fuck! That'd be
Because you need to be what 3rd level to get your thunder cannon?
No, you start with your thunder cannon. You get third level. You get additional damage added to it. The thunder damage.
Oh man.
Yeah, it just does more and more damage.
I know at level 6 I get a dude, and he's gonna be like my melee guy. So that'll technically be my bonus action. So I still get attacks.
Yeah, because he goes on his own. He goes on his own initiative. Have you thought of what he's gonna look like? I remember Brendan was saying.
Yeah,
like a golem or
I've got a
something,
rough. I've got a rough sketch. It looks very golemy. Not going
Iron
like
Man Mark 1.
I'm in a cave, hugging my ring. More like a golem, like a giant clay guy.
Yeah.
Did I send that image to you on Skype, Beaner?
I think I shared it already with him.
Oh, okay, all right, they know that. Yeah, I have some rough sketches going for everything. I don't.
Yeah, 'cause you drew your own character, didn't you?
Yeah, that's also a rough sketch. It's not gonna look like that at the end, but he needed something for placeholder, so.
Mm.
Yeah, I think this image here shows a few things. Can I just drop this in here?
Yeah, I think so. Yep. Oh shit.
Oh yeah. Here's a bunch of concepts, and like the robot is behind him. I didn't like that original sketch of the dude because he looks like Woody from Toy Story, so I was like, I'm gonna change that. And then the version I did above them there looks like Tony Stark, so I didn't like that. And then the other version looks like Dax, so that didn't work either.
With the one on the left with the goggles.
Jack and Daxter were
Yeah.
in the game.
Yeah, I love the Jack and Daxter look. He looks like a combination of Jack and Daxter. Like the top left, I think looks awesome.
Yeah, you guys like that? I don't know. Maybe I'll work on it. The only thing I like from there is the gun and the robot.
Gun looks good. Robot look. Look, he has a fucking 10-gallon hat and missile launchers. What animal token or stat box are you gonna use?
I think it's
for
a
that?
bear, right? I think it's a bear that has. What kind of bear was it that has double attack, dude?
I like polar bears, I think.
Yeah.
Polar bear / cave bear, the same thing.
Yeah, black bears have it too and all.
Yeah.
Nah, dude,
You
you
can
gotta-
get CR2, which is
Yeah,
like
like
bears
all.
only like a CR1 half or some shit.
Yeah, I just think all the bears get multi-attack.
Yeah, they do.
If you went, you could, I think CR2, you could go Direwolf, couldn't you? That'd get you pack tactics. And
Polar bear is probably the
Frozen.
best CR2 though.
Yeah, I think polar bear is just amazing.
Yeah, they just hit so freaking hard. We know how Bella hits on Thursdays.
That's true.
It's like, yeah, she did her 2 attacks. She did 35 damage. Holy shit!
Oh, hey, looks like my family wants to play Fibbage. If you guys want to join in.
Bye.
That's a no.
Jeez. Ah,
Enjoy Fibbage, my friend. Have a good time, and we will see you when we see you.
Yeah, see
In
you
like
guys
5
Friday.
days.
Yes.
I mean, not me. You'll see me in
I
like.
hope you're
Becker,
feeling
you
better.
got mad skills, man.
I hope you're feeling better about your character because you definitely did some really good damage, which is what you're supposed to do. So,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if he crits every 2 turns.
little did we know that's actually the Bloodhunter superpower. You just get crits every 2 turns. That's what keeps it.
hidden roll 20 code that you're a homebrew class. Well, man, I'll make you broken as hell.
Sometimes it feels like the dice aren't working against you. All right.
I know.
Take off fucking
Yep.
push to talk while I DM. I can't
Later,
do it.
guys.
See ya.
Later.
Later. I know. Push to talk is challenging. If
Good
you're
session, everyone. Thanks everyone
Just-
so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Friday!
Oh yeah,
Later.
we'll be what, live Friday? Yeah, I don't do Tuesday, Thursday.
Fix your schedule.
Yep, I
tomorrow, too.
stream before the Friday game too, though. So
I
relax.
think that you should add specialty of like Order of the Light, greatest D&D game of all time.
Is it the greatest D&D game of all time?
It's pretty damn good. It's the best D&D game I've been in.
Is it though?
Well, I mean, it does have Aegon in it, so
It does have angle on it. That's a pretty good point.
I was like, is that
Yeah.
a plus or a minus?
you said that your Friday game isn't the best D&D game you have each week.
It depends on what my great-great-grandfather left me, honestly.
Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good.
Okay, well, I think we might have to put that in the first place spot then.
Well,
extortion.
It's gonna take you a while to get it.
Compliment extortion.
That's understandable. It has been a while since we've gotten any loot. I mean, we haven't fought anything in forever, which is also our fault. So
Yeah. That's actually not true. What are you talking about?
you talking about? The last thing we fought were like each other.
Damien got a badass loot yesterday.
Damien got
Friday.
loot and Serk got loot.
Yeah, but like.
Like, but
But you're not me. I mean, I gotta start with a rare item.
Yeah, I did.
yeah, y'all are fucked in this game. You don't have Omen around. You didn't get any of the magic items in all those pigs.
Oh
I
god.
know.
Hey,
We're
hey
gonna
now.
get the hides off of them. Maybe we'll find
We
something
haven't-
underneath the
we-
skin.
we
Yeah, but it's
haven't
under
began-
that.
Oh
We
god.
haven't began searching, you know. We haven't started the search of
Yeah,
the,
Cinder,
of
if
the
you just
dead
if you just
pigs.
burn the flesh away, we can find any metal that's underneath it.
Dude,
Yeah, magic items are immune to the fire, so I'll just cook
Yeah.
everything
Yeah,
to
exactly.
a crisp and then.
I mean, you already exploded one. If anything was in it, it would blow out later, so.
Like you just
Or
stab this
allies.
boar, and lightning and confetti shoot out the side of it as you explode this
Oh.
fucking pinata full of items.
Yeah, that one was a dud. We just need to check the others.
like in all honesty, a boar would be the one creature that freaking magical shit would actually be in.
No, great white
Because-
shark.
No. Well,
goat.
okay, a shark too, but like boar, like pigs eat humans.
A
Like,
goat eats everything, literally, in real life.
Yeah.
Billy goats. will-
Oh, you're
they'll
saying
eat
because
anything
boars
put
eat
in front of
humans,
them.
they might eat a ring off of
Yeah.
somebody or something. I could see that. You muted yourself, so I don't know if you did that on purpose or not. John. It's like, oh, we could open the boar. Ring of protection attached to a grubby finger that's partially digested.
Yeah, I mean, like, raccoons, stuff like that will steal rings and anything shiny. Goats will eat anything.
Yeah, I would love
Yeah,
to find a
boar.
ring of protection. That'd be pretty nifty. Ring of protection
If a raccoon
plus
steals your ring of
5.
protection, you're not very good at guarding your shit.
I mean, shit, a goblin took this chick's fucking shotgun off the side of her house.
And the ammo, like the ammo's just sitting out there
yeah,
too.
yeah,
what
it's
the
like,
hell?
what the hell? Like, you know, sometimes I
Keep
just
the
like
gun
to...
safe. That's not safe.
Yeah, sometimes I just like to take my Remington from underneath my bed and just stick it on the side of the house and leave some shotgun ammo out there next to it, and then go back inside and be surprised when it's fucking gone.
Near the playground and whatnot.
Exactly.
yeah.
This bitch used to go to gun safety
Left it in the fucking
classes.
sandbox. What?
Like, there are children in this village, you idiot. Like, it turns out a goblin didn't take it. Some fucking 5-year-old took it and he shot his friend by accident.
Yeah, I got some contemplating to do. I mean, I might ask her how she got started, but her judgment is called the question. I don't know.
Her judgment and her manners.
Might have to confiscate a rifle.
Yeah.
oh, the gunsmith.
Yeah, I was hoping that I'd get some good starting advice from her, but
In all honesty, like,
she doesn't
like
seem like the smartest.
what's the motive there? Because like, part of me's like, I ain't fucking giving her back her gun unless she gives me something.
Well, that's all. It's like she, you know, all I've noticed is working within a guild, so I'm kind of. I'm
That would be a
looking
great
for some
way to get you
experience.
in. Yeah, it'd probably be a great way
Yeah.
to get you in.